out week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom, which is spiritually Egypt and Sodom, Roman Empire, revive Babylon the Great, to let these so-called Negro, Latinos, Native American, West Indian, Haitian know to seek your Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and His Son Yahushua while you got time. So with that, we're going to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. I got to say, I got to say, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahushua,
Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahushua.
Barakatah Yahushua.
Hey man, we out here once again, man, to push this truth, man. Okay, while we got time. Lord willing, let's be edifying. And let me get Zephaniah 2 and 3. Start at 1 actually. So you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans don't want to tighten up, man. So you gotta be moved out the way. And the whole, and our message is to let you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans know, man. Hey, you finna be destroyed, man. If you don't seek the Lord, man, He's coming back with destruction. So we out here to let you know, tighten up or be destroyed, man. We don't care about the Edomites. We don't care about the heathen nations until the kingdom come, man. This is for you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, man.
Zephaniah 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yeah, gather together, O nation not desired.
Now the Lord say, gather yourselves together, O nations not desired. Who are not desired here in North America, man? Or any parts of the world? You so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, man. Okay? Go ahead.
Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you.
Now I say before the decree pass forth, right? Now, hey, you hold Isaiah 10 and verse 20. Start it again from the top out.
Zephaniah 2 and verse 1.
Right.
Gather yourselves together. Yeah, gather together, O nation not desired.
Right.
Before.
Now it said, O nation not desired. Now what did it tell you in Hosea 1 and 10? In the place where it was said, you are not my people, right? Oh, you that are not desired, man. There shall be said, you are the sons of the living power, man. Okay? Hey, the water, I forgot to put them signs up. But we are not desired here in Babylon the Great, man. Or in any other kingdom, man, that's around the world that Esau, Edom control. Go ahead.
Verse 2, before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you. Seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth.
Right.
Which have wrought his judgment.
He said before the destruction come, man. Before the day of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua draw nigh. Seek him, O nations not desired, man. Talking about you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. Go ahead.
Seek righteousness.
Right.
Seek meekness. It may be you shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger.
Now look, it say, O you nation not desired, right? What's the second line say?
It says, before the decree bring forth.
Oh, read that, you got that?
Isaiah 10 and 20.
Yeah.
Isaiah chapter 10 verse 20.
Right.
And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them.
Which is the elect, right? Go ahead.
But shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth.
Right.
Verse 21, the remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power. For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return, the consumption decreed.
Right. It said assumption decreed, right? That's that decree. Read it again.
Zephaniah 2 verse 2.
Right.
Before the decree bring forth.
Right.
Before the day pass as the chaff.
That was the point. Go ahead.
Isaiah 10 and 22. For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return.
If I can say real quick, it said a remnant, not all.
Right.
You know?
The consumption decree shall overflow with righteousness.
Right. Talking about who? The Lord say before that decree, man, is who? Telling you elect, man. Wake up.
Going back, like you said, like I said, the remnant, the elect, not all. You know?
Carry it on in verse 2. Before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you, seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger.
Right. get Jeremiah 51:1, right? The whole Revelation 7:1.
Okay.
So we out here for the elect, man. We out here for the elect, man. Go ahead.
Jeremiah 51 and verse 1.
Right.
Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon, and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind.
Now that's what's coming, man. A destroying wind, man. Right? Which is what? From the missiles. Read that up.
Revelation chapter 7 verse 1.
Go down to verse 4.
And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth,
Right?
holding the 4 winds of the earth.
Now that was the point. Now and Jeremiah 51:1, the Lord said he finna send a destroying wind. But until the elect gets sealed, he's holding back the destroying wind, man. Go ahead.
That the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth,
Right.
neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads.
Right. Now that seal, right, is what? They're exempt from judgment, man. Go ahead.
Ezekiel 9 and 4.
Right.
And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Now Ezekiel 9:4 is linking with Revelation 7:4, man. Okay? He said, hold back the wind until he have sealed the elect, man. Right? Go ahead.
And to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity.
Right. That was the point, though.
Oh,
The point is, go ahead.
If I could say this, like the brother was saying, it's a remnant. And it said go through the midst of Jerusalem, which is a people before it's a place.
Right.
So that's the remnant. That's where the remnant is coming from. It's coming from Jerusalem, Israel. You Negroes, Latinos, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, that's where the remnant is coming from.
Right.
And if I could say real quick, in order to, it says set a mark upon them, right? But you got to do something to get that mark to get sealed.
Right.
It's an action word. You got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to sign, cry. You got to be out here pushing this truth, you know, repenting, you know?
Right.
Like the Lord said,
Get out there 58.
I had a quick word. I don't know if y'all wrote it out. Revelations 18 and 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
Right. And that's what we're supposed to be doing, man. Like Micah 2 and 10 say. Right. Rise ye and depart, because this is not our rest, man. And we ain't gonna get no rest here, man. Ain't nothing but a bunch of wickedness going on here. On every level, man. Everything is turned upside down.
And if I could say, I had brought that out when you were going into the winds, right? That's part of the plagues. But it said plagues, meaning multiple things are gonna hit this place.
Right.
The missiles, that's just the finality. That's just the end all be all. But it's gonna be all type of hell that's gonna befall this place before that. You know?
Done. Go ahead,
Matthew chapter 13 verse 47. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a net that was cast into the sea and gathered of every kind, which when it was full they drew to shore and sat down and gathered the good into vessels, but cast the bad away.
Right, so meaning 2/3, man. This ain't for 2/3 and the heathen nations, man. If they gathered in the net, man, they're gonna be casted out, man. Go ahead.
Con. Verse 49. So shall it be at the end of the world. The angel shall come forth and sever the wicked from among the just.
Right, and that's the point, man, because this is about getting exempt from judgment, man. Being a part of the elect.
Because if I could say this, Yahushua talked about in John 3rd chapter, how the same way the serpent was held up in the wilderness,
Right.
if the children of Israel were bitten and they refused to look out of their own rebellion, they died. They had to look upon that serpent to be healed. The same thing is happening in the spirit.
Isaiah 58 and 1. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and shew my people their transgression.
That's what we out here to do, man. Okay? We trying to restore the nation of Israel, man. The elect on this side. Go ahead.
And he said again, show my people.
Right.
My people. That's ownership. That's possessive.
Right.
See?
And the house of Jacob, their sins.
Oh, and he even got more specific in case you didn't understand.
Right. So what you gotta understand is when you come back to being Jacob or Israel, you ain't no heathen no more, man. You ain't casted away. You not a so-called Negro or Latino or Native American. You ain't African American, right? You ain't Dominican or Puerto Rican or Mexican. You represent yourself. You are acknowledging yourself as a chosen people of the Lord, man. You acknowledge yourself that you are from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That was the point on that, man. This ain't about 2/3, man. This is about the elect, who's going to call themselves by the name of Israel, man.
Romans chapter 12 and verse 2.
Right.
It says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is good, that acceptable and perfect will of your house.
Right. Go ahead. And that's what we out here to do, man. Present our bodies a living sacrifice, man. No matter what. Yahushua did it, man. He died for the elect. How much more us, man?
If I may say, that's what we're out here doing, is bring our people back to their rightful mind. You know, like it says, be ye transformed, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. And that's what we're trying out here doing.
Putting away that old man, man.
Right. Renewing their mind.
Everything that you was taught when you was young, man, that's a lie. You got to put that off and be retaught all over again, man. By men, may I add. By holy, spiritual men. They hold
Yeah, it's an order, man.
Come.
You know, Jake got more respect for Esau's military than they do for the spirit of truth.
Right.
The Most High is ordering his people, and that comes with rank and file, man. Now, Jake is willing to fall in the rank and file when it pertains to their job. They don't pull up on the job and go to the boss and say, look, today I'm boss.
Right.
I'll cut the paychecks today. No, you follow rank and order because you understand Esau's system. The Most High, how much more the Most High, man? That's why King David said, I'd rather be a doorkeeper in the kingdom of heaven, man.
Right.
He was willing to fall in wherever rank he fell into as long as he was in the kingdom of heaven, man. Should be the same spirit we fall into.
Because like you said, that his will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
Right.
And all the angels up there are in perfect order.
In order. Done.
That was on you still had the Romans?
Yeah, Romans 12 and verse 2, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind,
Right.
that ye may prove what is good, that acceptable and perfect will of your house.
So let's say be transformed, be renewed, man.
That's what I want to hit on.
Right.
I got it in the Strong's concordance, the blue letter. It's G342, renewing, right? It says a renewal, renovation, complete change for the better.
Right. For the better, man.
A complete change.
A complete change, cause this is for your salvation, man. Being renewed. What the Lord said he was gonna do in Revelation 21, man. He said he was gonna renew the earth, man. Right? He was gonna destroy this with fire, and the earth is gonna be renewed, man. Refreshed.
Which is what? A complete change for the better.
Come.
If I could say, before I came down, I peeped vocab down there with the apostle. I don't know if y'all saw, right? And what his claim to fame is he's trying to save the Gentiles, right? But that's off, man. The Gentile, you know, he's stuck on the word Gentiles. That word means two different things, man. You know,
Right.
Get my dictionary.
They don't.
Because like I said, the renewing of your mind, that's what made us Gentiles. You know, I got a quick preach if you brought it up. This is 1 Corinthians 12 and 2. I'm gonna get straight to the point. It says, ye know that ye were Gentiles carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led.
Which was Israelites, man. Following the ways of the heathen nations. Listen, man, it don't make no. You can't get around this, man. You can say what you want to say. You can go back and forth. Your ass can't get salvation, man. None of you heathens can get salvation, man. It don't make no difference what you say or how you feel. The scriptures say otherwise, man.
I got one. This is John chapter 7, verse 35. Then
Right.
said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go that we shall not bind him? will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles.
That was clearly Israelites saying that he finna go to the heathen and teach the other Israelites.
Exactly. So going back to what we were saying originally, they had to renew. You got to renew your mind, man. Refresh your mind. That's why I brought out. We were Gentiles. We were in a Gentile state of mind. We were actually the seed of Jacob. But we weren't following our customs. You see. So I got in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. I want the brother.
I see 11:11.
Yeah, start at the top. This is in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. Because people get hemmed up over that word Gentile. But in the English language, there's many words that have multiple meanings. I forget what it's called, but there's many words that mean one thing but mean something else. The same thing with Gentiles, okay? That's why you got to go back to the Hebrew, the actual language that it was written in, okay?
Well, that's why they have English thesauruses. A thesaurus is just you finding one word and a bunch of other words that mean the same thing and having the different definitions of that same word.
This is Gentiles. It says usually it means a non-Israel.
Usually, meaning not all the time. Usually
it means a non-Israelite people.
So meaning somebody of another nation, a heathen. You see, but sometimes it refers to us in that mind frame. Go ahead.
It says under conditions of peace, considerate treatment was accorded Gentiles by the Israelites under Old Testament law.
Oh no, it's good.
Yeah, but that was the main point that I wanted to get. It's usually,
Get on. Matter of fact,
I'm holding 11.
yeah, hold that. Bring that out. Get hold that 8 8.
Isaiah chapter 11 verse 11.
Right.
And it shall come to pass in that day.
Now I say, and it shall come to pass. This hasn't happened yet, man. Go ahead. Now the brother just read John 7:35, right? When the Israelites were saying, is he finna go to the other Israelites that's living among the Gentiles? Go ahead.
That the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people.
It said again, man, right? To do what, man? Bring them out of the land of Egypt, man. Spiritual Egypt. Go ahead.
Which shall be left from Assyria,
Right.
and from Egypt,
Right.
and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar.
Now hold on. These all the nations. So how the hell it's all for you all black Israelite camps, man? Okay? These are different people from different nations. These are Israelites that scattered in different nations, man. Read it again,
Isaiah chapter 11 verse 11.
It's for you dumbass all black Israelites, man. Go ahead.
And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people.
Meaning the second Egypt, man. The second deliverance, man. Go ahead.
Which shall be left from Assyria,
Right.
and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea.
Right. And from the islands of the sea, man. Go ahead.
And he shall set up an ensign for the nations,
Right.
and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel,
What's the outcast? The lost sheep, man. Go ahead.
and gather together the dispersed of Judah
Right.
from the four corners of the earth.
Come on, man.
I got an example. This is an example from back in the day, but Hellenists, right? Out of the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. The dispersed, like the brother brought out. Will he go? What you said out?
We go among the
To the
Gentiles,
dispersed
teach the
amongst it,
Gentiles.
yeah.
Here's an example of who they thought he was talking about. Hellenists, Jews who made Greek their tongue,
Right.
and with it often adopted Greek ideas and practices.
Just following the ways of the heathens, man.
Going back to renewing your mind, you had to get rid of that old shit.
Squash that. Get first Maccabees 1, man.
Yeah, beautiful. All right. There go another example.
Started at 11. Because these Jake, they don't understand, man. This is not for heathens, man. It don't matter what you do, where you go at, what kind of book you pick up. Hey, this is only for the Israelites, man. Now, when you go to Genesis, right? What did the Lord tell Cain? He was going to be cursed, right? He was going to be cursed, man, in the earth. What did the Lord tell Esau, Edom, man? What does Isaiah 34:5 say? All the people of my curse to judgment, man. You Edomites are the wicked, man. Because Jacob always trying to save Esau. You don't care about these other nations. You only trying to save the Edomites, man. Go ahead, bro.
This is, I got a quick one.
ahead,
Back
go
you up because you made a statement. Psalms 147, verse 19.
Right.
He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord Yahweh.
Hey, read verse 18. Read
This is,
18.
Psalms 147, verse 18.
Right.
He sendeth out his word.
How do the Lord send his word out? By his prophets, man. Amos 3 and 6? Amos 3 and 7?
I got one.
He sent up his word to his prophets, man.
I got one on
Go
that.
ahead.
Hebrews chapter 1, verse 1.
Right.
The Most High, who at sundry times and in diverse manners
Right.
spake in time past unto the fathers
Right.
by the prophets.
By the prophets, man. Now read that again up.
Psalms 147, verse 18.
Right.
He sendeth out his word and melteth them.
He melted who? The heathen nations. And the 2/3, man. By what? What the Lord said in Hebrews 4 and 12. The words of the Lord is like a two-edged sword, man. Right? Piercing, man. Dividing asunder. So it's melting them, man. These heathens can't take this heat, man. Hey, so get up out the kitchen, man. Because we're in the kitchen of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And you're getting melted, man. You're getting burnt away.
A perfect example. I put the brother We Got Next Max said they're blocking my comments.
Yeah, they've been
on
doing
the
that,
chat.
brother.
And he said, proves my point. He said Esau is wicked. I was gonna reply, these Edomites are desperate, and they blocked my comment.
Yeah. Yeah.
I put Edomite in there
This thing
and
is
typed it in and
serious.
hit
Brother,
send, and it
we
wouldn't go.
almost out of here, man. Hey, this word is destroying these Edomites, man.
Yeah.
That lets you know the devils is watching, man, and they can't do nothing about it.
They scared.
Hey, they scared, man.
Hey, why y'all Esau? Hey, just come on out and shut us down, man.
Right.
We
Come.
ready.
Right.
Shut this shit down, man.
Come.
Hey, but that shows you that article just came out this last week on them leaked documents of how Esau looks at black identity extremists as more of a threat than white supremacists. And you had two white supremacists put 30 people, what was that, 30 people to death in a span of 2 days?
Come.
That shows you that the Lord made this word fire and these people would.
Come. And all we got is what, man? The Bible, man. All we teaching is the words of the Lord, man.
Two-edged sword.
And you Edomites are terrified,
Why
man.
you tiptoeing with it? Just come out and say you Hebrew Israelites.
But you supposed to be the borders of terror. You supposed to be the borders of wickedness. But you scared of the words of the Lord, man.
And he's in uncharted territory though.
Right.
Hey, brothers was talking about that last week. If we was walking around with a gun club, they wouldn't have a problem with us.
Right.
But the spiritual terrain is not Esau's forte. And he recognized that. That's why he got a problem with brothers actually just telling the truth. It ain't like we out here with Bibles for the world to see, telling the truth. Come on, man.
Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, man. Damn devil, go ahead.
Jeremiah 5 and 14.
Right.
Wherefore thus saith the Lord power of hosts, because ye speak this word, behold, I will make my words in thy mouth fire, and this people wood, and it shall devour them.
Nah, that's beautiful. Let's start at 1. Let's get the meat off there, cause I was finna get you to go to Jeremiah 5. Let's start at 1, bro.
Jeremiah 5 and verse 1.
Right.
Run ye to and fro through the streets of Jerusalem.
And that's what we doing. We out here running, man. Go ahead.
And see now and know, and seek in the broad places thereof, if ye can find a man, if there be any that executeth judgment, and seeketh the truth.
Right.
And I will pardon it.
Right, go ahead.
And though they say, the Lord liveth, surely they swear false.
So all these 2/3 always talking about, yeah, I love Jesus. Jesus know my heart. Hey, they wicked devils, man. Following the ways of Esau. Go ahead.
Verse 3, O Lord, are not thine eyes upon the truth?
Right.
Thou hast stricken them, but they have not grieved.
Hey, that's why he said, why should he stricken them anymore, man?
Right.
They will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick. You can put much hell on Jake. They don't kill, man, because they gonna figure some type of way. They think they're wiggling out of it, but the Lord say he's taking his hand from off you, man. So he gonna let you do what you want to do. Hey, you just digging your ditch more and more, man. Go ahead.
That has consumed them, but they have refused to receive correction.
And the Lord say he have consumed you, and you still is barking up against it. Go ahead.
They have made their faces harder than a rock.
Right, that's why he told Ezekiel what? Make your face harder than nails, man. So we don't care how you devils come up here mean mugging. Hey, we got mean mugs too, man. We was in the world too once upon a time. Go ahead. Done.
They have refused to return.
Right.
Therefore I said, surely these are poor, they are foolish.
They are foolish, man. That's what the Lord said. What he said in what else? Jeremiah 4:22. Ye are Sodom's children. Go ahead.
For they know not the way of the Lord,
Right.
nor the judgment of their power. I will get me unto the great men, and I will speak unto them.
Hey, he was going to get to the great men, man. The elect men.
Hey,
The
that's
chosen
cold.
men.
That's cold. And that show you that all you brothers who know and understand this truth,
Right.
that show you how the Most High consider you, man.
Done, man.
In comparison, not of your own volition,
Right.
you know, but according to election as it stands this day, you know, the Most High look at you as a great man, great enough to go through the furnace of affliction.
Hey,
Because the Most High had to put the spirit on you to go through this basic training in spirit. Spirit.
Done.
You ain't do this on your own.
He said, hey, 2/3 don't want to listen. Fuck them. I'm going to the great men.
I'm going to the great men today. And in the spirit, in the kingdom, those are going to be the great men that are spoken of in reverence, man.
Right.
That's beautiful.
Hey, cause you said what you were going into, it all comes full circle though. It's funny.
That's beautiful.
You were going to how the 2/3 say the Lord know my heart, right? Right? The Lord do know your heart. It's in the scriptures. Jeremiah 17:9. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? I, the Lord Yahweh, search the heart.
That's this might be Frankenstein. No, you good, Ox.
I try the reins,
Right.
even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings.
Hey, what's the fruit of the doing? Wickedness, man. And the scriptures say if you were wicked in the ancient time, in the previous life, you're going to be wicked now, man. If you was righteous in the previous life, you're going to be righteous now, man.
Hey.
Thus saith the scriptures, man.
Well, it say the spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophet. That mean on the left-hand side, the spirit of the scoffer is subject to the scoffer.
Come on, Right. We're going to bring it out.
He that is unjust, let him be unjust still.
Come.
He that is righteous, let him be righteous still.
Right.
It says, continuing on in verse 5, for they have known the way of the Lord and the judgment of their power.
Lock it. And that's why he sent us out here. So there's no cloak for your sin.
Right.
No excuses,
close.
man.
Right. No excuses.
And make it worse, he made us entertaining to y'all. So you can laugh and scoff and mock.
Right.
You know, so you can mark yourself.
They mock the messenger of the Lord.
God.
They don't know, but they mocking their damn self, man.
Exactly.
Right, so there's no remedy.
But these have altogether broken the yoke and burst the bond.
Right.
Wherefore a lion out of the forest shall slay them.
Hey, it say a lion out of the forest shall slay them, which is the Edomite. Go ahead.
If I may say this, back in Amos 5, right? A lion chasing you and a bear met you.
Right.
Like that too.
Right.
Hand on your wall and a serpent.
Right.
And it says, and a wolf of the evening shall spoil them.
Talking about the Edomite. Go ahead.
A leopard shall watch over their cities.
Who is the leopard in the Bible? The Edomite. Who is the leopard? Alexander the Great. Representing the Edomite. So it say a wolf and a lion and a leopard shall slay you. Why? Because the Lord put us in the hand of these devils, man. Go ahead.
They shall watch over your cities.
They shall watch over your city.
That's what they do.
That's what they do.
Real
They
quick.
are all seeing eye.
Hey, Slot, real quick. Y'all watch that sit down Apostle Obama did? He was going into the family and shit.
I started to watch the documentary. I didn't finish the
I didn't
sit
get to
down.
see it yet, but he was going to, he said something about Alexander, right? Alexander the Great. You seen the movie? What's the movie they had with
Colin Farrell?
Yeah,
It was called Alexander.
Remember when he went to the Oracle and shit? Remember he went to the Oracle? Was that him?
I see the movie, but I don't remember it.
It may have been on the director's cut. It was on the director's cut.
One of the movies, but the point of the matter that I want to get to is in one of
It
the
was short.
movies they showed him going to the oracles, right? and told him his destiny. Apostle Ramla was saying how Alexander actually went to the prophets.
Right,
you know?
right.
They opened the scrolls and showed him. And Esau was trying to show us that, bro.
Right.
I think it was Alexander.
It might have been Troy.
Might have been Troy, but that's the point. These devils know, man.
And that actually happened in history because when you go into the history of Alexander, when he passed by the Jews, he had mercy. He didn't put a chokehold on them like he did the other nations when he was doing his conquering. That happened with Antiochus on the back end.
Right, when he came back.
But when Alexander actually came, because I think we were under Persian.
Right.
We may have been under Persian rule at that time. Because Alexander took down the Persians. The Persian Medial Persian Empire. But whoever we were under at that time when Alexander came.
Yeah, with the Persians.
And he took over.
Took over Babylon.
He didn't oppress our nation like he did the rest of the nations when he went to conquer.
And it's crazy because Antiochus was so hot, ready to go take down Egypt. He passed right by, but he caught us on the way back though.
And that was ultimately because of what Jake was doing in the land.
Right, all proud and shit.
Yep.
He like, oh yeah, they acting like that. Okay, we got something for them.
It says, continuing in verse 6, it says, everyone that goeth out thence shall be torn in pieces, because their transgressions are many, and their backslidings are increased.
Right.
How shall I pardon thee for this?
Hey, the Lord said, because we went a horn after other gods, man.
Hey, going back to the Gentiles.
Right.
That's what made us Gentiles. That's why the Lord turned his back on us.
So for all you dummies out there that don't understand, the Gentiles was Hellenists, man. It was Jews that made Greek their tongue, man. They're following after the heathen customs, man.
First Maccabees 1 in verse 11.
Yeah.
In those days went there out of Israel wicked men,
Right.
who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen.
And that's what Jake did, man. Okay, they was forced, basically. Because just like it was in the wilderness, man, when Moses walked Israel around about 40 years, man, they saw the heathen customs and what they were doing, and what did Jake want to do? They want to do what the heathen was doing, man. Go ahead.
For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
Right.
So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen.
And what do Jake do right now with these churches? They go get the 501c3 charter, the license to do as the heathens, man. It's nothing new under the sun, man.
Jeremiah.
You go back to Jeremiah.
Jeremiah, continuing on in verse 7, it says, how shall I pardon thee for this?
And Lord say, how shall he pardon you for this evil, for this wickedness, man? Go ahead.
Thy children have forsaken me,
Right.
and sworn by them that are no God.
Hey, man, the Lord say, the gods that you worship, they can't move, they can't eat, they can't heal, and they can't dust themselves off, man. So why worship them? Go ahead.
It says, when I had fed them to the full, they then committed adultery, and assembled themselves by troops in the harlot house.
Did not the Lord feed us to the full in the wilderness, man? Jake, hey, that's why to show you, man, Jake is wicked as hell, man. Jake complained that they ain't had no food. What did the Lord do? Rain down quail, right? And what they call it, heaven, bread from heaven, right? Coronal seed. They say that tasted like waffles, man. Right? With honey on them, man. Jake kept complaining back and forth, man. Go ahead.
It says, verse 8.
And you assemble yourselves like troops in the harlot houses, man. Which is what? Get Isaiah 5:1 to back that verse up. Because these churches is considered as harlot houses, man. Ain't nothing but a bunch of wickedness going on. You are worshiping another god, right? You went a horn after other gods. The Lord said you went a horn after other gods, right? So you assemble yourself by choosing a harlot house. And ain't nothing but wickedness going on in them, man. Well, you got that?
5 and 1.
11.
5 and 11?
Yeah.
It's Isaiah chapter 5, verse 11.
To back up the point.
Woe unto them that rise up early in the morning,
Right.
that they may follow strong drink.
It said, woe to them that rise up early in the morning, that they may follow strong drink. Where do you do that at? On Sunday. Then you got these pastors that get up early in the morning and they go, well, to these theological seminaries, man, so you can follow strong drink. Go ahead.
That they may follow strong drink,
Right.
that continue until night.
It said continue until night, right? That's we got revival all this week.
Oh shit!
Right?
Oh,
We got revival all this week.
We got Sunday night service.
Right.
We got the youth service.
Right.
We got the choir practice.
Right.
Ain't
All week.
Ain't never opened up no goddamn scripture.
Right.
Man.
I
Go
appreciate
ahead.
it.
Go ahead,
I gotta
finish
read
that.
that over. Let me stop. Damn, that was cold, man. Isaiah 5:11. Woe unto them that rise up. Wow, man, that's cold. I ain't never
Right.
catch that before.
Right.
Damn. Woe unto them that rise up early in the morning, that they may follow strong drink, that continue until night, till wine inflame them.
And your conscience is seared by that wine, man. Go
Until
ahead.
wine inflame them, till that
Right.
that so-called Holy Ghost hop on you.
Right, right.
You
That
know?
conscience is seared, man. They're
Wow,
seared.
man, because that drink talking about
Right.
the alt philosophy,
Right. That's
that
why-
prosperity doctrine, all
Come.
that bullshit.
That's why 1 Timothy 4:1 say that
Yeah.
conscience is seared with a hot iron, man. Go ahead.
And the harp and the viol, the tabret and pipe and wine are in their feast,
Right.
but they regard not the work of the Lord Yahweh.
That's the point on that. That was the point on that. We'll bring you out. And that shows you, man, that Jake, the Lord called them holly houses, man. Right?
Oh, so can I get this one real quick? Because it said, regard not the, what was it said? Regard not the,
Regard not the work, Slaki,
They-
but they regard not the work of the Lord,
Right.
neither consider the operations of his hand.
Right.
right. And this is 2 Timothy 3. I'm going to start at verse 5. Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, from such turn away.
Right.
For of this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women, laden with sins, led away with diverse lusts.
In the holly houses, man.
Hey, back in Isaiah,
Right.
One more verse. Go.
Ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth.
Because they have been sealed with wickedness, with strong drink.
And that happens. It happened time and time again.
Over and over.
These false, wicked ass pastors, man. You know, Pharisees and Sadducees. Back in Isaiah 5, it's verse 13. Therefore, my people are gone into captivity. That's straightforward. Because they have no knowledge, and their honorable men are famished,
Right.
and their multitude dried up with thirst.
And they dried up, man, with what? With that strong drink and that wine, man.
And then what did Yahweh Shah say? You know, those who are hungry, you shall be filled. You know, because
Right.
the honorable men are
Right.
what? They're famished.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, 'cause they thirsted for that knowledge, that truth, you know.
And on the other end, 2/3 of our people, they're ever learning but never able to come into the knowledge. That means they keep drinking it, but it's just not doing it.
Right.
Just like
it
the
keep
Lord.
leaking out.
Exact. And the water hydrates you. What does strong drink do? It dry you out.
It dehydrates you. Right. Right. So you need that rivers. You need them flowing waters, man.
I gotta keep going.
Go ahead.
Hey, Isaiah 5 and 21.
That's what I'm
is-
going.
Yeah.
That's the spirit, man.
I was holding that too.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good
Right.
and good evil.
So everything is upside down now, man. Right? You got these Jakes worshiping Diana. They worship Mary. You got these Mary worshipers. What they call it, Santa Maria. Right? That's upside down. The Lord say, hey, the Lord don't you what you worshiping his mother for, man? She can't save you. And even the lady said, blessed be the woman who path thou hast sucked on. Yahweh shall say, nay. But I tell you, blessed be my father, man.
Right.
Come on, man. But you worshiping Santa Maria, like she can save you. Go ahead.
It says, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil,
Right.
that put darkness for light.
It's okay to be a homosexual, transgender, bisexual, lesbian. It's okay. It's cool to go sleep with your brother or your best friend wife. It's okay. It's cool to be a part of this world. It's cool. Go ahead.
Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness.
It's okay to loan your brother some money and tell him he gotta pay you back double, man. That's cool. No, that's wicked, man. Go ahead.
That put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter.
Everything is turned upside down, man. It's okay for women to be out here with jeans on, man. It's okay for a woman to look at another dude when she with her dude. That's bitter, man.
Now, Isaiah 29 and verse 16, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay.
Right.
For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he hath no understanding?
And that's what 2/3, my bad, dog.
No, you good,
That's what
dog.
2/3 of Jake doing, man. Oh, the Lord ain't make me. I got control over my own life. YOLO. We only live once. I'm finna get this money. I went and got the job, right? I went and got this house. The Lord ain't do nothing. That's what the brother reading, man.
Or because when the Lord created Jacob, he formed him to be what? To have dominion.
Right.
So can a thing formed say, look, man, I don't want to have dominion? No. Just like the wicked can't be righteous. You know, Jake gonna have to eventually fall into their
Right.
role on the planet Earth, man.
No matter what, man. Hey, Jonah tried to get away, man.
Right.
He tried his best to get away. Did he get away? No, man. Hey, you either gonna fall in line right, or you gonna fall in line, hey, by being chastened a little more, man. But your ass gonna fall in line.
I got precepts to show that. Either way, you're just gonna have to fall in line with the Lord's program. It's Romans 9 and 11. For the children being not yet born,
Right.
neither having done any good or evil.
That go back to what you just read. That go back to what you just read, man. That he turning of things upside down. I was gonna bring it out. Who is the he right now? Esau.
Esau, right.
Job 9 and 24 tells you that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. You know? Go ahead.
That the purpose of Yahweh, according to election, might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. So it's up to the Lord, man. He already predestined everybody's role on earth,
Right.
and you can't go outside of that boundary. Just like it says in Job, he has set bounds that he cannot pass, man.
Hey, get St. John 6:44.
And going to Esau, Edom. The Lord made you to be the sword, man, the wicked, man. Pursuant to Malachi, man. It is what it is. You the whipping stick, man. It is what it is. You know?
John 6 and 64,
6 and 44.
6 and 44, it says, no man can come to me
Right.
except the Father which have sent me
Right.
draw him, and I will raise him up at the last day.
I hold Jeremiah 5:1-5. Now the Lord say, hey, the Most High sent him to raise up those men predestined, which was with Yahweh Shai in the beginning, man. So he said he's gonna raise them up in the last days. So you can't come up, you cannot come up against this, man. If the Lord chose you, you have been chosen, man.
I gotta preach.
So if I may say this real quick, that goes back to what we were saying in the beginning. The spirits are always the same.
Right.
If you was upright, like the brother brought out earlier,
Right.
if you upright, then you gonna stay
I'm
upright.
glad y'all brought that back. Get Ezekiel 18 and 20, hold that. Go ahead, dog.
Isaiah chapter 44, verse 21.
Right.
Remember these, O Jacob and Israel, for thou art my servant.
Right.
I have formed thee. Thou art my servant, O Israel. Thou shalt not be forgotten of me.
Right.
And the point being that the Most High called and formed you to be his servant. Meaning there's no escape from that. There's no way for you to do your own thing without punishment. And
Right.
eventually you're going to go back to being what you were formed to be from the get-go.
Right.
And that's scriptural with Jonah in the fish's
Right,
mouth. Man.
right.
He tried to go against the Lord. He tried to go against what he was predestined to do. So the Lord punished him, had him get swallowed up, and then he realized, man, I just gotta fall in line and do what
Man,
the Lord told me.
the spirit of the prophet
It's
is
subject.
subject to the prophets, man. Point blank, period, man. Go ahead with your briefing.
It's in Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5.
Right.
Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee.
Right.
And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee and ordained thee a prophet.
The Lord said
unto
he
the
set you,
nations.
he said he sanctified you, he set you apart. He already had set you apart from your family line. That you was gonna be one of those ones from your family line to push the word, man. Period. He sanctified and ordained you, man. He made you holy and set you apart, man. I read that.
Let me read a little bit more, because it's no excuses either. Because this talking about Jeremiah at the time, but you know, it represents us, right? I want to read a little bit more. I'm gonna start at the top again. Jeremiah 1:5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. Then said I, Ah, Lord Yahweh, behold, I cannot speak, for I am a child.
Right.
But the Lord Yahweh said unto me, Say not, I am a child, for thou shalt go to all that I shall send thee, and whatsoever I command thee, thou shalt speak. Be not afraid of their faces, for I am with thee to deliver thee, saith the Lord Yahweh.
Right. And that was beautiful, man, because hey, the Lord chose Jeremiah at a young age, man. That's what that's telling you, man. He chose Jeremiah when he became a man, right? What does 1 Corinthians 13:11 say? When I was a child, I spake as a child, I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. So the Lord chose Jeremiah at a young age. Now watch what Solomon say. Go ahead, up.
1 Kings chapter 3, verse 5.
Right,
In Gibeon, the Lord appeared to Solomon in a dream by night,
right.
and the Most High, Yahweh Shai said, Ask what I shall give thee. And Solomon said, Thou hast showed unto thy servant David, my father, great mercy, according as he walked before thee in truth and in righteousness and in uprightness of heart with thee. And thou hast kept for him this great kindness, that thou hast given him a son to sit on his throne, as it is this day.
Right.
And now, O Lord, my power, thou hast made thy servant king instead of David my father, and I am but a little child. I know not how to go out or come in.
Look what Solomon said. I am but a child. So the Lord chose Solomon at a young age, man, to sit on the throne. Go ahead.
Verse 8, And thy servant is in the midst of thy people,
Right.
which thou hast chosen, a great people that cannot be numbered nor counted for multitude.
Which is the Israelites. Go ahead.
Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people.
Now that's what Solomon asked the Lord. He asked him for understanding, man. Wisdom and knowledge. Go ahead.
That I may discern between good and bad.
Right.
For who is able to judge this thy so great a people?
Right, because the only way you're going to be able to judge in righteousness, you got to know both sides, right? Go ahead, up. Get a little more up there.
Verse 10, And the speech pleased the Lord that Solomon had asked this thing. And the Most High said unto him, Because thou hast asked this thing, and hast not asked for thyself
Right.
long life,
Right.
neither hast asked riches for thyself,
So Solomon didn't ask him for the Lord to extend his life. He didn't ask him for riches. Go ahead.
nor hast asked the life of thine enemies,
So he didn't ask the Lord to slay his enemies, right? Go ahead.
but hast asked for thyself understanding to discern
Understanding,
judgment.
wisdom, and knowledge, man. That was the point. I mean, it tell you how the Lord blessed Solomon with riches and honor, man. But the point is he asked for understanding. To do what? To push this truth, man. Go ahead, up. Go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 4, verse 5. It says, Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth.
Right.
Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee.
That's what the Lord say, put her on like a long robe, man. Okay? The garment of righteousness. Go ahead.
Love her, and she shall keep thee.
Right.
Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding.
So you gotta know, you gotta have understanding, wisdom, and knowledge to know how to wake up so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, man, and let them know what time we in.
Real quick, before we get that, I wanted to bring out a point because we were going into the child, right? He calls you as a child, but that
Right.
also goes to as your mind. Going back to the renewing of your mind, the
Right,
refreshing
right,
of your mind, right?
Well, he says seek the Lord in your youth.
Exactly.
Right.
So, but I wanted to bring this out real quick. 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 1. Because what does a child do? Or a child requires milk, right? You got to start with the basics and then work your way up, right? 1 Peter 2 and 1. Wherefore, laying aside all malice and all guile and hypocrisies and envies and evil speakings. Renew your mind, get all that out, man.
Right.
All the old wine, the old doctrine, the old man, right? Verse 2, as newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby. You know, going back to the whole child thing, you know.
Right.
You got it.
I got a precept.
Go ahead. Might well get Isaiah 28.
Psalm chapter 8, verse 2. Out of the mouth of babes and sucklings hast thou ordained strength because of thine enemies, that thou mightest still the enemy and the avenger.
Right.
And the way the Lord has strengthened the mouth of babes and sucklings, man, to avenge the enemies, man, to steal the enemies. And how has he did that? He's put his words in our mouths, man,
To speak eloquently.
you know, and nobody can gainsay nor resist it. Not according to man's wisdom, but according to the wisdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, meaning it's not going to come and look cute to the world, man. It's not going to look enticing to the world.
Right.
It's going to look enticing to those who are meant to get it, to educate those who it's already inside of. Because you can't bring it out if it ain't in there.
Right. Speaking boldly in rough garments. Isn't that the etymology, education to
Yep.
go out?
Yep.
Right.
It's got to be in you. And for 2/3 of our people,
Go out with
2/3 of our people don't have it in them right now. The Lord dried up that water.
Fine.
And that's another analogy to the strong drink.
Right.
Because if you do hydrate yourself, that strong drink gonna dry you out either way.
Real
Man,
quick.
that's beautiful, man. You can't make this stuff up, man. Every time I see why the Lord said, "Where 2 or 3 are gathered, there I am in the midst."
Right.
This isn't of us, man.
Right,
This
right.
is the Rakah Kodash, man. This is beautiful, and we getting close, man. Hey, you brothers that's on the sideline, you don't know what you're missing out on, man.
Yeah, man.
You don't know, man. Anyway, you call Isaiah 28, right? You wanted verse 9, right?
Right.
I'm gonna start up a little above it, man. It's just beautiful. It just flow, man. Anyway, jump in when y'all want to jump in, man. Isaiah 28 and 5. In that day, what day? The end day, the latter days, now, right? In that day shall the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, be for a crown of glory and for a diadem.
Right.
How you say it?
Diadem.
Diadem, Khan, of beauty unto the residue of his people,
Right.
and for a spirit of judgment to him that sitteth in judgment, and for strength to them that turn the battle to the gate.
And that's what we're doing, man. That's why the Lord said, you false prophet, you have not gone up into the gates, neither made up the head, so the house of Israel can stand in the day of battle and the day of the Lord, man.
Can't make this stuff up. Verse
Done.
7. But they also have earned through wine. Brothers are going through it.
Philosophy.
Yeah.
Hey, Isaiah, hey.
That's a spot. You can't make this stuff up, man.
99 to hold that.
Hey, that's how you know the Lord is dealing with us, man. Humbly,
And what
humbly.
did Paul say? He said that but we have the mind of Hamashiach.
Right,
You know,
right.
the Lord had given us that spirit when he went up into the heavens.
Right.
The comforter, this truth, is
Right.
comforting brothers as we speak. You know, we had the mind of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, so we can put these things together, man.
Right.
That's beautiful.
Paraphrasing Revelation, he said, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock.
Right.
If any man open,
I will sup with him."
I'll come in and sup with you,
Right.
and him with me." You know. You want to jump in or?
Go ahead.
Isaiah 28 and verse 7. But they also have erred through wine, and through strong drink are out of the way. The priest and the prophet have erred through strong drink.
Right.
They are swallowed up of wine. They are out of the way through strong drink. They err in vision. They stumble in judgment.
And that's a slack. You gotta go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I saw earlier today, you know, our people look up to Bobby Hemmett,
Right.
Henry Clark,
Done.
all of these pseudoscientists. And what did the scripture say? ever learning, but never able to come into the knowledge.
Right.
That showing you that no matter which of these strong drinks you choose, it's always a bottomless pit.
Right.
You're always learning, you just never come to the knowledge of the truth.
Because what does Jake like to say? I'm still learning, brother.
Right.
I still got much to learn, you know. I don't know everything.
Right,
you know?
right.
We don't have the 100%
Right.
truth.
We done had a lot of them come up to the camera and say that.
And you just continue falling in that
Right.
bottomless pit,
Right.
man. Hey, the Most High is bad, man. Brother was talking about that, how the Most High pick your delusion, and then he make it a bottomless pit. So it ain't like you ever get to the last stage of your whatever your delusion
Right.
is. You always ever learning, further moving, further and further towards destruction.
Done.
That's scary, man.
And that go from the local pastor all the way to TD Snakes and the rest of them, man. Go ahead.
It says, they err in vision, they stumble in judgment. For all tables are full of vomit and filthiness, so that there is no place clean.
Right. And that's the problem, man. Hey, the Lord say, hey, they prophesy to you visions and false divinations, man. And they have not seen nothing. These prophets have never seen nothing, man. Because they go to these theological seminars and learn from Esau, man.
And that also links up with all of our righteousness is as filthy rags, man. Lord says nothing on the table but vomit, man. I mean, even the best. I mean, you think about throw up. I don't ever want to see throw up if I can help it. You know, and that's how the Most High looking at the planet. It's just full of vomit, shit, and just the most nastiest things you wouldn't. That's why the Most High called it abomination. You know, and even us, we're the best of the worst case scenario. You know, but even our righteousness, that's why the Most High tell us to be humble, you know, and come as a child, man. A child is very humble and impressionable.
Right.
And that's why he said not to go back in the world, man, because what you described as
The
vomit
dog,
and shit.
right? The dog
the
going
dog
back to his
go
own vomit.
He ain't gonna have no pleasure in you, man.
Cause you already dirty.
Yeah, damn,
So
man,
I cleaned you up a little bit, and you just,
what the hell?
yeah, man.
Like a swine, man.
What was the next verse? Isaiah 28:9. Whom shall he teach not?
Isaiah 29.
Go ahead and read that real quick, though, 'cause that's what I want.
Isaiah 28:9. Whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk
Right.
and drawn from the breast. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line. Here a little and there a little.
Oh, and that, what is that? That's a map key. Whenever you have a map key, and it says, look, this sign is. That's how you read the map.
Right.
Line upon line.
Right.
Precept upon precept. Here a little, there a little. Now that's yeah, and that's put in there for the spirit of the prophets, which are subject to the prophets.
Right. Because the Habakkuk says that they may run their reader.
Exactly.
So it stir up your pure mind, like it says in
Right.
Jude.
Right.
Stir up your pure mind. Okay, I remember this key map. I remember the Lord had said this before. Okay, now I know where to go.
And it's a beautiful thing because the Most High gave the so-called white man the book, and he read past that precept, but because his spirit ain't subject to the prophets, he couldn't decipher it.
Right.
The carnal man, he's reading it just like a damn storybook.
He's a natural man, and that's why the majority of these books were sealed off from him. He could read the stories, and he'll swing at Revelation, but most of them don't even have the courage to try, because what? They don't have the map key, and the spirit is not subject to the prophets. Most I say he would set up the apostles last as it was appointed unto death, meaning the prophets weren't going to be given until the last days, man.
And he said he made the wisdom of this world foolishness, man. So they're not meant to get it. They are meant to be dumb fools, man.
Isaiah 29 and verse 9.
Right.
Stay yourselves and wonder.
Right.
Cry ye out and cry.
That's what we're doing. We staying ourselves and wondering, and we crying out. Go ahead.
They are drunken, but not with wine.
But the 2/3 and the heathen nations and these pastors are drunken, but not with wine. So how the hell can you be drunk if you ain't drunk with literal wine, man? Go ahead.
That goes to if you may say this, that goes to the spirituality of this book.
Right.
It takes spiritual discernment to see that these are dark parables and metaphors, man. Like it says in Matthew
Allegory,
13.
dark sayings.
Right.
Similitude.
Right. It says they staggered but not with strong drink.
Right. How the hell is you drunk, but not with wine? How are you staggering in Babylon, but not with strong drink?
I'll give you an example.
What is that talking
I'll
about?
give you an example. That's Caesar Borgia, man.
Gun.
You try to bust them in the head with the truth. They can't handle it, man.
Right.
John 3:16.
Right.
Yeah, even worse one is that pork, man. Pork.
Oh, man.
What you say?
Right. They rocking back and forth like a drunkard.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Go ahead, man.
This is Psalms chapter 78 and 1. Give ear, O my people, to my law. Incline your ears to the words of my mouth. I will open my mouth in a parable. I will utter dark sayings of
man.
old.
Come on, man.
You're going to speak to them plainly.
No. Dark sayings and parables.
Hey.
And similitudes.
Hey,
allegories, man.
That remind me of them rap battles. Hey,
Right.
when they spit bars, some people get it.
Some people, right.
And
the
for
punchline,
some
the
people,
metaphor,
yeah,
right.
for some people it's
Right.
over their head.
They be like, what he said, what y'all laughing
But
about?
then you hear the rest of the crowd say, ooh.
Right, ooh, right,
As soon
right.
as they hear it.
Right.
As soon as we heard the song, we was like, oh, that's
Right.
bar.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, that's bar.
You know?
Yeah.
That's dark sayings.
Gun.
And
You have a good one.
us being the image of our Father, our people utter dark sayings, man. Our people utter parables and dark sayings.
Right.
How much more the originator, you know?
Right. And that's how you know this book was written by us, for us. You know what I'm saying?
Because our mind is inclined to understand it, man.
It's for us bias.
Right.
Right. By us, fuck you. Boo-boo. It's boo-boo. Yeah, bring that out. Yeah, the beautiful point. Bring that out right now.
Let me bring out Matthew real quick. Matthew 13 and 11 real quick. Oh, you could, yeah, I'll bring it out.
This is Matthew chapter 13, verse 11. It says, he answered and said unto them, let me start up a little bit more, Salakia. 13 and 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given.
And that's why Yahushua told us not to give our pearls on the swine, man. Because if it's not meant for them to get it, why would you even waste your time, man? Wipe the dust off your feet and keep it moving, man. If they not taking the bait, that's evidence that they're not meant to get this, man, until further notice. And that's why these dark sayings and these parables are meant for the elite of our nation. Just like the elites of Esau, they are privy to certain knowledge that the rest of their people are not privy to. The Most High is doing the same thing in the spirit. He's giving knowledge to the elite of his nation that the rest of his nation aren't privy to, even though it's being shown and spoken to them. You know?
Hey, what do they say? Knowledge is power, right?
Right. And it's so much so power to Esau is eliminating brothers' ability to write Edomite on chat rooms, man. That show you the pettiness, but that also exposes that Esau knows that this is the truth. He not on Sarnetta TV censoring them, because that's not facts. That's a bottomless pit that's created by him, man. You go into Egyptology, a so-called white man allegedly broke down them hieroglyphs, man.
If I may say this, the Elder Ariella was going into it a little earlier. He was like, knowledge isn't necessarily power. It's applied knowledge that's power. You know, applying the things that you know. Because you can know all day not to smoke a cigarette, but if you still do it, then it's not no power to you.
Right.
You feel me? So that applied knowledge from these elites is their power, man, because they know what's up. But this is Ezekiel 18 and verse 20.
Right.
The soul that sinneth, it shall die.
Right.
The son that shall not bear the iniquity of the father,
Right.
neither shall the father bear the iniquity of the son.
Right.
The righteousness of the righteous shall be upon him.
And that's what this is the point. The righteousness of the righteous shall be upon who? The prophets are subject to the prophets, man. Go ahead.
And the wickedness of the wicked shall be upon him.
Right. That was the point, man.
How is that even possible without reincarnation, man?
Exactly.
You're going to die. It make no sense, man.
And why would the prophets even say, some people say you Jeremiah, some people say you Elijah.
Right.
Why would they even say that?
Because they don't understand reincarnation.
If reincarnation wasn't in the Bible and reincarnation wasn't known among our people. The Most High, Yahushua looked at them like they got three heads, man.
Right.
He'd been like, like what? Y'all err not knowing the scriptures, like how it shall like to say, man. Come
That's
on,
why they
man.
understood reincarnation was real, man. Let's get Luke 19 and 10. Download this fucking light, flashlight.
I got one.
I got this other phone. I got another phone.
This is Luke chapter 19, verse 10. It says, "For the Son of Man is come to seek and to save that which is lost."
Right. And that's what we out here to let people know, man. The Lord came to save that which is lost, man. He don't care about you heathens. He don't care about you 2/3. Okay, because he said that he wished that all Israel would repent. But you ain't, man. Because the Lord know that 2/3 ain't gonna repent, man. He know that.
Well, this is what love looked like, man, for the nation of Israel. The Lord prolonged this place in hopes that they'll get it, man. Now, the Lord knew the whole time that only a remnant would get it. But the Lord prolonged this punishment, hoping that his people would turn from their wicked ways, man. It said in Wisdom of Solomon 12 that he chastens little by little.
Right.
You know, and that's exactly what happened. But then the Lord got in Isaiah the 1st chapter and said, why should I punish you anymore? Because now you glory in your punishment. It's different now. Now you killing each other and you don't even see a problem with it.
Right.
That's a part of the curses. You don't even see a problem with it. Baby mama drama is a part of the curses. You don't even see a problem with it. You glorify it. You make double platinum hits about it.
Jeremiah 22 and 2. Ezekiel 22 and 2.
18.
And 18.
Yeah.
It says,
Wadi how about Shemel Shah?
it says, Son of man,
Right.
the house of Israel is to me become dross.
Right.
All they are brass and tin and iron.
Look at that word dross, huh?
Ezekiel 22 and 18. It says, and iron and lead in the midst of the furnace.
Right.
They are even the dross of silver.
It's in the midst of the furnace, man. And what Jake at right now?
Furnace
In the
of
midst
affliction.
of the furnace of affliction, man. 2/3 and the elect, man. So this gonna be a furnace of fire and brimstone to the 2/3, and it's gonna be a furnace of affliction, right, to the elect, to try them, man. Go ahead.
Verse 19 says, therefore, thus saith the Lord powers, because you are all become dross.
Right.
Behold, therefore I will gather you in the midst of Jerusalem.
Right.
I got the definition.
Jerusalem represent who? You so-called Negro Latino Day America, the northern and southern kingdom.
I got the definition of dross.
Go ahead.
It says something regarded as worthless.
Oh,
rubbish.
man. Oh, man.
So the 2/3 are regarded as what? Rubbish. Nothing, man. Go ahead.
It says, verse 20, as they gather silver and brass and iron
Right.
and lead and tin unto the midst of the furnace, to blow the fire upon it, to melt it, so will I gather you.
Now look, he said they gather what? Lead, tin, and iron. What the missile made out of? Lead, tin, iron. Go ahead.
It says, so will I gather you
Right.
in mine anger and in my fury, and I shall leave you there and melt.
And what?
And I shall leave you there and melt.
How you gonna melt? What 2 Peter 3 and 10 say? He said melt by fervent heat, man. From what? The missiles, man.
And this is thousands of years ago, man.
Right.
We talking about something that was, the words of the Most High was made before even the thought of a nuclear weapon was conceived, man. The Most High said elements would melt with fervent heat. When the Romans had swords and shields, and there was no conceived idea of a missile, man.
Right.
The Lord said he was gonna melt people. The Lord said that eyes would consume in their holes and they would stand on their feet, man. Before a missile was conceived, man. You know, that's why the Most High showed his power when he gave us the scriptures. Because he said what? I declared the end from when? From the beginning.
You talking about the fire and the melting. This is regarding the Ammonites, but it apply to all of y'all, man. It's Ezekiel 21 and 28. And thou, son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai,
concerning the Ammonites, and concerning their reproach. Even say thou, the sword is drawn, for the slaughter it is furbished, to consume because of the glittering. Whilst they see vanity unto thee, whilst they divine a lie unto thee, to bring thee upon the necks of them that are slain of the wicked, whose day is come when their iniquity shall have an end. Shall I cause it to return into his sheath? Talking about the missile. You know, he ain't gonna call him back. The sheep is talking about the silos, man. You know, the missiles coming up out of them silos. If you can picture it, man. It says, shall I cause it to return into his sheep? I will judge thee in the place where thou wast created, in the land of thy nativity, and I will pour out mine indignation upon thee. I will blow against thee in the fire of my wrath, and deliver thee into the hand of brutish men and skillful to destroy. Thou shalt be for fuel to the fire. Thy blood shall be in the midst of the land. Thou shalt be no more remembered, for the Lord hath spoken it.
What shall be fuel to the fire? Them bodies, man. Them bodies.
Hey, that's the spirit, man. I saw an article today on how Nagasaki and Hiroshima, how Esau, which is a brutish man, how Japan was trying to surrender and were making frantic calls to surrender before the missiles even. But Esau wanted to show the Soviets what they were working with, so they did it anyway.
I'll give you one better. I watched a documentary on that, and the damn Ammonites, Japan, they knew about it. They knew that they were gonna bomb them already, and they said nothing. The higher up, the general.
I show you, man. The Lord prophesied and said this from years past, man. The days are old from the beginning.
Like you said, Esau said what they want to use their missiles anyway to do what?
They wanted to show the Soviets. At that time they wanted to show Russia and the world really what they had, because at that time, remember, they were the only ones with the atom bomb at that time.
Read that.
Proverbs 10 and 20. The tongue of the just is as choice silver. The heart of the wicked is little worth.
Hold on, is it 10 and 22? What 22 say?
Blessing of the Lord is making good. If I may, I could get this one.
Go ahead. I got it.
Backing up what Nahoya said. This is Ezekiel 12 and verse 27. Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that he seeth is for many days to come. And he prophesied of the times that are far off.
Nah, you bugging out. That ain't gonna happen out. That ain't gonna happen in our lifetime. That gonna happen in thousands of years from now, man. That ain't gonna happen now. You bugging out.
And just like it said in Esdras, and what will you do when the Most High visit you, man? When you gamble like that, what will you do when the Most High visit you, man?
So, my bad.
When the Most High pull up on you and you've been bullshitting, what will you do, man? People had this perception of the Most High as being a nice guy. The Most High catch bodies, man. These people that's out here dying ain't Satan doing his own thing, man. Satan's just a shooter, man. He gets orders and he executes the orders. When a baby if a baby fell out of a plane, if a baby burned in fire, if a baby got caught in a car and suffocated, the Most High knew what time it was and sanctioned it, man.
It's saying has evil been done and the Lord has not done it. You know?
And the Most High about to catch more bodies, man, and fuck them.
You got it. So, I got a verse to line up exactly what the brother was saying, right? Because the Japanese, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, was ready. They had not already waved the white flag, man. But what Esau do? Still, when they dropped the bomb anyway, man, just to do what? To show his power, right?
That's why the Lord said, He gonna, just like how you had no mercy, and even with us, no mercy, you ain't gonna have no damn mercy.
It said when you in it to deal treacherously, they said deal treacherously with thee. Go ahead.
Continuing on in Ezekiel, the 12th chapter, 28th verse. Therefore say unto them, thus saith the Lord power, there shall none of my words be prolonged anymore. But the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith the Lord power. And his words aren't being prolonged because he got the technology now to destroy with that fervent heat. His words and these visions aren't being prolonged. They're coming to pass swifter and faster now.
And that's been going on since the 70s, man. Because until the 70s, this book was sealed, man. The Lord had the book sealed, man. Okay? Until Abba Bivin came on the scene, man. Go ahead.
Proverbs 10 and 23.
Now going back to the point about the Edomites dropping the missiles on the Japanese to show their power. Why? Because they are the wicked. And what? Go ahead.
It is a sport to a fool to do mischief.
See, that's the point, man. It's a sport to these Edomites to slay you Jakes, man. They don't care about the heathen nations. They don't care about you Jakes neither. Hey, that's what Rocky said on the movie. They don't care about you. They don't care about me neither. They don't care about you heathen nations. And they don't care about you 2/3 either, man.
Hey, what Tupac say? I don't give a damn about myself.
Right.
Esau don't care about his goddamn self, man.
Hey, that's why he's likened unto a goddamn beast, man.
Right.
A brute beast.
And
That's the spirit. It's a sport for him to do mischief. Cause what other sport is he good at? Let's be frank.
Nothing.
Outside of catching bodies and being an efficient killer, he really can't bring nothing else to the table.
Nothing.
That's why he makes sports out of killing all the animals and shit like that.
Hunting. Right.
Right. Which is what? Still killing, still using the sword. You can't say they're good at making money, because they stole all the money that they got.
Right.
They stole all the gold and silver. They only what is called damn, what's the word? They only experience, damn, I can't even call the word, bro. They just good with the sword, man. That was their only blessing.
Harvard is death, huh?
Right. They only hobby, right, is the sword, man.
That's their only talent, man.
Right, that's what I'm looking for. That's their only talent is the sword.
They
man.
only
Not
claim
the
to
sword,
fame.
Just destruction, man.
Destruction,
Right,
period,
just
right.
Destruct. That's all
Done.
they do, destroy shit.
They only claim to fame. Slack.
You got it, bro. Because even with that sport, with killing deer hunting and all that kind of stuff, they don't even kill to eat. They just kill to kill, and they just in turn that fucks up the ecosystem, man. So they not even good at that sport. They're just good at destruction.
They're good at destruction, man. That's why you Edomites is mad, man. Because you know your only inheritance is slavery, man.
Hey, that's why the Lord said the time has come that he should destroy them that destroy the earth.
Right.
That's the only fucking thing you're good at, man.
Right. That's all they're good at, man. Damn devils, man.
And that's why they tool up, man. That's why America keep all of them, because they know. Because one thing about it, when you steal something, you always got to maintain what you done stole.
Right, got to, right.
You can never really, if you live by the sword, that's why Howard Shah said, if you live by the sword, you die by it. Because once you pick it up, you can never really put it down.
Put it down.
You know?
Oh, well, that's why I said in Ezekiel 35, right? What it say? You love blood, so blood shall pursue you.
Right. And you'll never be able to put it down, man. Everything that you got, the way you got it, you'll never be able to put that skill set down.
Right.
You'll never be able to just demilitarize your cities and just live peacefully. Nobody, because you done stole everything. And you know that eventually the tab is gonna be up.
Right.
And I'm hoping that I can tool up for that.
They show you that in all them old gangster movies and all them old. Anytime you gotta kill the son and everything, right? Because what? He always come back for revenge, man.
Right.
So he gotta keep
What
that.
that was, Godfather, man.
Yeah, he come back.
Yeah, right. They were trying to kill him. Yeah.
I'm bringing something real quick. Revelations, jump in when y'all want. Revelations 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. And he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
With what? With them great philosophies, man. Go ahead.
And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him.
Right, which is who? The Roman Empire. Go ahead.
And causeth the earth and them which dwelleth therein to worship the first beast.
Right.
Whose deadly wound was healed.
Right. Which is the Roman Empire, man. That's why North America is the revived Roman Empire. When you look at the damn Mount Seal, man, in Petra, what you see over there, man? You see the and they even had the eagle on top of that, man. You see the columns, the eagle on top of it, right? When you look at Washington D.C., right? It's the same thing, man.
And when it talks about the two horns like a lamb, that goes back into them parties.
Right.
Because you right now in this
Democrat and Republican.
exactly. Because right now in the time of Rome, you had the plebeians and the patricians.
Right. Con.
And now you have what? The Republicans and the Democrats. That's that two horns as a lamb, because it make you seem like, well, this power is trying to fight for us, and then this power's on the other side trying to fight for. So it gives you this idea of people trying to fight for true justice.
Right.
But it's like a dragon, man.
Right.
And that's why the kingdom is so corrupted now, because they set at odds with each other, man. You know what I'm saying? They're not on one accord. A house divided is
What did Yahweh say? If Satan be divided with Satan, what?
How can I stand?
And him exercising power as the first is him exercising that same power that he had in the Roman Empire,
Right,
man.
right.
Just Rome 2.0.
That's how we know who the hell. That's who we know who he's talking about.
Right.
It don't even get more. That's why I wanted to bring it up.
That's beautiful.
You know, that's why I wanted to bring it up. We're talking about the fire, the missiles, right? And him showing no mercy because he wanted to show his power.
Right.
It's in Revelations, man.
And that's beautiful, because when they talk about dragons are synonymous with cruelty.
Right.
You know.
Go ahead.
Back in Revelation, I'll read over 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth.
Because the Roman Empire is the first beast, like what the brothers were going into, and it fell. It fell, so the beast is coming back, the rebirth, like we always say. Babylon the Great, America, is the rebirth of the Roman Empire.
Right.
It says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him.
Because the Roman Empire conquered the known world, didn't it?
Right.
Just like the Greeks did. And America has pretty much conquered the known world
Right.
through what? Through its banking system.
Right.
Really, NATO and the EU
Right.
and the banking system.
Right. But just like the three unclean spirits, right? You got military, monetary, and religion, man.
Yeah. Which is the Vatican pumps out the
Right.
Yeah, con.
It says, verse 12, and he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him.
In the same style, man. Militarized, the kind of money system, monetary system, exercising the same kind of judgment with senates, Roman numerals.
Right.
You know, you got it, brother. Salaki.
And causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And this is the main point. And he doeth great wonders,
Right.
so that he maketh fire come down from heaven
Which is
on
the-
the earth in the sight of men.
And
That's
that's
just with a little fat boy.
And the Roman Empire didn't do that, but no other empire did that besides this one.
Right. Come.
See? You can't get around this, man.
and he could have showed mercy.
Right.
And he decided not to, so he could let the whole world know that he could make fire come from heaven.
Oh,
'Cause
that's what the Lord say. That shall be no mercy showed
Yeah.
to him that showed no mercy.
And that's why that's in there. That he can make fire come from heaven, because at that time he was the only one who could accomplish that.
Right. Oh, Isaiah 14. Right. Is
Shaking
that he
kingdom.
that made the earth tremble, that did shake kingdoms? It's you Edomites, man. You don't got to get it, brother.
See,
It's
once
you Edomites, man.
once Esau's power broken down, and he don't got no power over people, the truth and everybody's feelings towards Esau is just gonna be magnified, and it's gonna result in physical activity. All right, to say the least, man. Because all these nations gonna recognize that it's just the man that weakened the nations.
Right.
Is this the man that did shake kingdoms? Because right now, nobody want to say nothing against the so-called white man because of his power and his influence across the planet Earth. You know, for you to come up against the so-called white man is to come up against your own livelihood. And nobody willing to do that. But when his system is brought down, people ain't gonna have no problem saying, look, is this him? You know, brothers talk about this all the time, man. And when all these nations are put in captivity, Esau gonna have to be in protective custody, man. Because the other nations gonna want to put hands on him just as much as we do, man.
Hey, when did Muhammad Ali say, I shook up the world?
Yeah.
Hey, you Edomites shook up the world, man. He said you made the earth to tremble, man. Oh, then going into that earth to tremble, right? Alexander the Great, when they was walking, marching on horses, Antiochus, them armies were coming, man. You can hear them miles away.
Hey, you can feel the step.
You can feel the step, the trembling in the earth, man.
That's a big army.
Big army, man. Go ahead, dog.
Isaiah 33 and verse 3.
Oh, it's the same way right now. Because right now, this army is bigger than Alexander the Great, Antiochus. This is the biggest military army they have ever had. And they shake, they tremble when you hear them coming, man. They tremble the earth, man. Go ahead.
Isaiah 33 and 3.
Start that one.
1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled,
Right.
and dealest treacherously, and they have not treacherously with thee.
You so-called white people, hey, no one dealt treacherously with you, man. Right? You wasn't spoiled, man. Go ahead.
When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee.
Hey, and that's when they tell me, oh, let's make peace.
Right.
No more fighting. Let's make peace. No, your ass you gonna be getting dealt treacherously, man. You gonna be spoiled, man.
You know what I just thinking too? He said, he's right, nobody did spoil you.
Nobody did that to
All we
them,
did
man.
was drive you out of the face of the earth.
Right.
But ain't nobody do nothing to you. You
Right.
was driven forth amongst men.
Right.
You
That was it.
Yeah, exactly. Could have went and did your own
And you
thing.
went and dwelt in your own land.
Hey, yeah.
That's why the Lord said
Damn devils,
back
man.
then that Moses and them weren't going to take that. Right, King
man.
David. None of them weren't going to mess with their land because that was given to the Edomites for their possession. Right? So you had your land. You made it how you wanted to make it. You carved it out with the columns on the front, with the eagle on top. Nobody messed with Mount Seal.
Base ass.
I'm Petra.
And to prove that nobody could spoil you and go back to Canaan, Cain.
Right.
Because the Lord put the
Right,
hedge
what he
around
said.
him,
Yeah.
and
What
nobody
he-
could touch him,
He
right?
put a hedge on
Yeah,
it.
man,
That's
these
why.
devils,
That's
man.
why Psalm 73 and 5 say, violence passed them out as a chain because they are not in trouble as other men.
Wow.
They able to do what they want to do, and they got a hedge about them for a short period of time.
And that's a snare because the Lord allowed his true colors to come out
Right.
for a point in time
'Cause he
until you
can
take
do what
that
he
hedge.
wanna do.
Yeah,
And that's
now.
why it go. It's a double too, man. The spirit rolling, man. That's why the Lord said, if you go without chastising, you be a bastard. man.
Right.
Bastard.
Damn
Because look at this
bastards.
nigga, man. Look at this nigga. This nigga's been unchecked since the garden, man.
And you can see a prime example of a bastard to his children, man. They don't get checked, and his children are spoiled as hell, man.
Right.
Entitled,
And
privileged.
then what do they ultimately do? Go shoot some shit up, man.
That's what they do.
Damn, man. You can't make this shit up.
Can't, bro. Can't.
If I may say this real quick. Back in Isaiah, the 33rd chapter, it says, and when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. So when Esau Edom try to get out the dope game, so to speak, when he try to put the sword down,
Right.
they can be like, nah, nigga, you live by the sword, you gotta die by
That's
the
why
sword.
the Lord said. That's why the Lord said they're not going to win a fight, but He gonna have to put the spirit in them, man. They
Because he
gonna
does.
throw-
Right,
they
right,
gonna
right,
throw the
right.
towel.
Beautiful.
I've been putting people to death for about
Damn, that's
15
beautiful.
years.
Oh man, the Lord got y'all.
Damn.
Yeah, man. You know them OGs? Young and I've been on this corner for 15.
deep.
That's Esau. I've been killing people for centuries, since the garden.
Right.
I'm tired, young blood. Nah, bro. You about to get this
That's
work.
beautiful, that fucking second Ezra 3. Hey, he said, hey,
Hey, your
they
Halls,
ain't gonna want to fight, man.
your Halls Judah said Shalom,
Hey,
Makim.
Shalom, how about Shema outside, about Shema Crocodile? Hey, they ain't gonna want to fight, man. Hey, that's great. Hey, but the Lord gonna put a spirit on you because, hey, you shall be spoiled, man.
Hey, but that show you, like when a bully see somebody he know he can beat, he tough.
Right.
But when he sees some shit that he can't handle,
Oh, yeah.
now he want to cop please, but the Lord said, nah,
You wanna be
we
free
gonna have
now.
to
We
get
cool,
Durst
bro.
fight, my friend. You got
We
to
cool.
get Durst fight.
We
But
cool,
that's his spirit, though.
Don't want no beef.
That's his spirit going back to Cain. What did he say? My punishment is more than I can bear.
Right.
You know, that's his MO, man.
Right. Hey, you can read that.
Genesis
Hey,
4 and 11.
Number 12 and 10.
And now art thou cursed from the earth.
Right, that was the point. The Lord told Cain, now I got cursed from the earth. What does get I just want that point right there. Get Isaiah 34 and 5. Read
Isaiah,
that real quick. Hold on. Numbers 12.
I'm at Numbers 12 and 10.
Yeah.
Numbers chapter 12 verse 10.
Right.
And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous,
Right.
white as snow.
Right.
And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous.
Right. Read the next line.
And Aaron said unto Moses, Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us,
So it's a sin to be leprous? Okay, go ahead.
wherein we have done foolishly,
Right.
and wherein we have sinned, let her not be as one dead,
Right.
of whom the flesh is half consumed when he cometh out of his mother's womb.
Now, who was Moses and Aaron talking about? He said, let us not be as one that's half dead when he cometh out of his mother's womb. Who is
Esau,
that?
Esau.
He talking about Esau. So Cain, what did it say about Cain in Genesis 4:11? He was cursed from the earth. And get Isaiah 34:5. Read that.
Isaiah 34:5.
Hey, we know this you, Esau. Go ahead.
For my sword shall be bathed in heaven.
Right.
Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea.
Now, just like the elder said, if you got a older book, it say Edom right there. It don't say Idumea. Well, guess what, devil? I got a 1465 Bible, and in my Bible it say Edom. It don't say Idumea. Go ahead.
And upon the people of my curse to judgment.
The people of his curse to judgment. Did he say Cain was cursed from the earth? Come on, man. That's you Edomites, man.
And then going back to like you said, Allah putting out you like, oh shit, don't do that to me, Lord. You know what is it? Ishashua? That
Yeah.
means wasted away his
Joshua.
seed.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
one dead man. You know,
Yeah, one day.
Hey,
Yeah, I got one. Sloppy. This is Job, chapter 27 and 7. Let mine enemy be as the wicked,
right.
and he that riseth up against me as the unrighteous.
Right.
And you know the judgment of the wicked, man.
Done.
The judgment of the wicked is they're gonna have to drink that cup in full, man. So that's what it's saying in Job. Hey, let my enemy be as the wicked, man. So Lord, treat my enemy as the same way you would treat the wicked.
Right.
You know, and the Lord, and we already know what the Lord gonna do with the wicked, man. You wanted me to get something else in here while I was in here?
No, that was the point. There you go. Hey, get on.
Oh, I got one in here.
Okay, go ahead.
Verse 13. This is the portion of a wicked man with the Most High,
Right.
and the heritage of oppressors,
Right.
which they shall receive of the Almighty.
And this is talking about you Edomites, man. Job could not have been an Edomite, man. Just because he lived in the land of Uz don't mean he was a damn Edomite, man. It say he was righteous. The Lord say no Edomite can be righteous, man.
Nope.
Go ahead, up.
Verse 14, if his children be multiplied, it is for the sword,
Right.
and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread.
Hey, none of you Edomites, and that's why Isaiah 14:21, it said prepare slaughter. Now when you start at verse 12 in Isaiah 14, it say, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? But when you keep reading 16, it tell you that Lucifer is a man, and that man have children. Who are they? The Edomites, the physical seeds of Satan, man.
And that's beautiful how in verse 14 it say his children shall not be satisfied with bread.
Right.
Because brothers go into this all the time. They have more than heart will wish, man. But yet they're the most depressed and negative people to be around.
Oh,
man.
what it say? What is Job 20? It say his bones is either 20 or 14.
quick.
I hold it.
Whose children?
The wicked.
No, what did it say? What did he call them?
Oh, heritage of oppressors.
Oppressors? Real
Right.
quick.
This is Psalms chapter 72, verse 4. He shall judge the poor of the people. He shall save the children of the needy, and shall break in pieces the oppressor.
Right.
And that's why Esau's children are being multiplied, man. You know, we're coming into the time, hey, the Wadi Yahweh Shimei Shah, man. We coming into the time of watching our enemies fall, man. This is a slow slip. Hey, that's why in Psalms the 73rd chapter it said, when I found out their end, it gave me comfort. You know, I was envious at the wicked for all their prosperity, but when I came to the congregation of the Most High, I found out their end. It brought them comfort. Roughly paraphrasing, because we're watching the bitter end of the Edomites, man. You know, the realization that we're watching the fall of an empire and what that empire did to us, and them finally receiving that judgment should bring joy to your heart. Because the Most High could have put you in the spirit world and let you watch this from the skybox. He letting you watch it in 3D. He letting you go and see your co-workers try to hide the worry and fear that they have of your nation rising up. Watching them put on red hats, desperately trying to keep power to their own shame. The Most High allowing us to watch this, and our ancestors, we are our ancestors, and the Most High is allowing us the privilege of seeing that with knowledge. Because 2/3 of our people witnessing this, but they don't understand what they're looking at.
I was thinking they can't even do it openly to their power. You gotta go on these 4chan networks and shit and talk shit about Jake, man.
Right. You gotta have
You gotta
pseudo names.
Yeah, hide behind fake screen names and shit.
Hey, in our kingdom, you gonna be an Edomite to your face, man. Right now you an Edomite and we saying it to your face in your kingdom.
I'm about to say, we openly telling you a judgment boldly right now.
And the elites of our nation ain't gonna be hiding in some dark corner, having some dark summit meeting. You gonna see our princes, you gonna see our elites, man. Yahweh Shah gonna be visible, man. He ain't gonna be somewhere pretending like he ain't got power, like your elites, man. Some decrepit old ass Edomite somewhere in the cut drinking baby blood trying to stay up. Nah, man, our princes, our nation, our rulership, you gonna see it, it's gonna be visible. Come on, man.
And their power is secrecy.
Right.
Deception. Lies.
Discretion, like it says in the Quran. Discretion. Like the Apostle Ramla was going into. Their power is in discretion.
I told you that movie, The Usual Suspects, the guy said that the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist, man. Secrecy, power. You know?
But it ain't gonna be like that in the kingdom, man. Our people not only are our people, but the whole world gonna know truth, man.
I was just
Truth
thinking
is not gonna be subject to a very few, and everybody else get the stepped on bullshit. No, truth is gonna reign like a flood on this planet, man. And because of that, the heathens are gonna rejoice in that kingdom rather than to be in this hellhole that they in now, man. The world is destroyed because all these people, all these other nations see the world through the so-called white man's eyes, and he's just not meant for rulership. He's built to do exactly what he's doing now. He's the perfect vessel on the left-hand side, man. Everything he's doing is in perfection on the left-hand side. In the kingdom, everything is gonna pour over in righteousness, man. Just like every part of your life, you see wickedness, every part of it. Your sleep schedule is wickedness. The amount of time you work is wickedness. Your relationship with your woman is wickedness. Everything about your life when you wake up is a reminder that you're under wicked rulership. On the opposite side of that, when things are turned right side up instead of upside down, everything about the life to come is gonna be righteousness, man. It's gonna be a reminder of how things should be, man.
This is Job 20 and verse 19. Because he have oppressed and have forsaken the poor, because he had violently taken away an house which he builded not. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly.
Right.
He shall not save of that which he desire. There shall none of his meat be left, therefore shall no man look for his good. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall be upon him.
Hey, the brother best in the world. Oh, never mind.
This is Job 15, Job 14 and verse 21. It reads, his sons come to honor, and he knoweth it not, and they are brought low, but he perceiveth it not, or of them. But his flesh upon him shall have pain, and his soul within him shall mourn. So is another verse I was reading. It's Job 15 and 20. The wicked man travaileth with pain all his days, and the number of years is hidden to the oppressor. Go ahead, I'll bring it up.
This is Psalms chapter 33, verse 4. For the word of the Lord is right, and all his works are done in truth.
Right.
He loveth righteousness and judgment. The earth is full of the goodness of the Lord.
Right.
By the word of the Lord were the heavens made, and all the hosts of them by the breath of his mouth. I'm going to jump down to verse 8. It says, let all the earth fear the Lord Yahweh. Let all the inhabitants of the world stand in awe of him.
Right.
For he spake, and it was done. He commanded, and it stood fast. The Lord bringeth counsel of the heathens to naught.
Right.
He maketh the devices of the people of none effect.
And that's exactly what's happening, man. Their devices are of none effect, man. That's why they have to interject. That's why they say that you so-called black identity extremists are a bigger enemy to this place than so-called white supremacists, man.
Right.
Then Al-Qaeda. They say you bigger than Al-Qaeda, man. And all you got is scriptures. All you got is the truth.
Bible, man.
All you got is the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
I'm going to show you why. This is verse 11. 10 again. It says, I'm going to read it over. Verse 8. Psalms 33 and 8. Let all the earth fear the Lord, Yahweh. Let all the inhabitants of the world stand in awe of him. For he spake, and it was done. He commanded, and it stood fast. The Lord Yahweh bringeth the counsel of the heathen to naught. He maketh the devices of the people of none effect. The counsel of the Lord Yahweh standeth forever. The thoughts of his heart to all generations.
Right.
Blessed is the nation whose power is the Lord, and the people whom he hath chosen for his inheritance.
Ooh, and that shows you. Right now, to the rest of the world, our nation, our end looks to be bitter to the world.
Right.
It looks like this is just how Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are going to go until the end of time, man. Little do they know, blessed are we because we've been chastened now so that we don't get punished with the rest of the world, man. And in the kingdom to come, it's going to be known who the Lord's chosen are, man. And it's going to be known why we went into captivity. Why we went into captivity because we disobeyed Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Not because these so-called white people or these other nations were stronger than us or smarter than us or braver than us. But it was because we disobeyed our power. We lost power because we disobeyed our power source, man. Which is a direct testament that we are the people of the Most High, man. We're the only nation that's not reckoned amongst the nations. And on the other side, we're going to be the only nation that's separated from the rest of you nations. That's what holy and sanctified means, man. To be separated, man. This is a scripture off the comment board. We got next Mac. Ecclesiastes chapter 25 verse 7. There be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. And every day you wake up, you're blessed to see the fall of your enemy, man. When you wake up and you see that they taking opioids until they black out, you're blessed to see the fall of your enemies.
Right.
When you see them at a rally with Make America Great hats on, you're blessed to see the fall of your enemy. For you to have to make something great again, you have to acknowledge that it's not great anymore.
Right.
They in so much of a panic, they're trying to take comments off the comment board.
Yeah.
Saying Edom and Edomite.
When you wake up in the morning and you see a video that a brother putting out and you put Edomite on the comment board and they take it off so that it don't even show up when you send it, you're blessed to see the fall of your enemy. Because if it wasn't the truth, why would you go through that much trouble?
Right.
That means you gotta censor every brother's video. Live videos, live chats.
You gotta sit and watch the whole.
You gotta censor every brother's video live.
Right. I was just telling the brother, right? I did a video. It was titled "Billions Taken from Black Families," right? So I'm at work, watch the video. Instantly, the spirit hit me and said, "Change the title." So I go to the video, change the title from "Billions Taken from Black Families" to "Never Trust Thy Enemies," the Edomites. Bro, they took it down. It was up all day. About 2 o'clock in the morning, I changed the title. I was at work. I get home, go on my page. I had did a pre-up and upload it. Oh, you can't upload nothing.
Now, if what we saying ain't true,
Took it down, bro.
you gotta ask
Just 'cause I
yourself,
changed the title.
why is YouTube going through all this trouble if what we saying ain't true?
Right, man.
All the videos on YouTube, why would they go through the trouble if it ain't true?
Talking about hate speech. You know how many videos on YouTube, bro, showing hangers of Jake? All them videos showing different hangings, but you gonna take down videos of us bringing out the scripture?
What are you guys doing?
teaching the Bible.
Oh, the Bible.
Yeah. So-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans.
I'm Negro, Latino.
What's your nationality according to your father?
I'm Puerto Rican and Jamaican.
What's your father?
I'm Jamaican and English.
Okay, well you'll be a Hebrew Israelite.
Yeah, I've heard of that before.
What you heard about it?
What?
What did you hear about Hebrew Israelites?
It was one of my ex-boyfriends who started talking about this, and I was like, I don't really know, but I don't know. Seems pretty interesting.
Oh, it is.
I think my hand's bad. Have a good night, guys.
You too.
All right. See you later.
What you can say?
I don't know why.
See you later.
Match with the RFID chip. She gonna take the
She
chip.
gonna take. Wait, you can say something.
I forgot what that was. I lost track of thought. I completely lost what I was going.
Hey, but back to the subject. Back to the subject at hand. If what we were saying is not true,
Right.
why would Esau go through the trouble, man? The brother got a scripture on the comment board. We got next Mac, 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 8. For we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. And Esau doing that is only showing us that what we have is the words that are inspired by Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
Right.
Ain't no other so-called black conscious community. They ain't going through this.
They
Ain't nobody
sure
on their chat rooms censoring them. They ain't tearing down their videos.
Censoring anything about Egypt.
And probably no other camps neither. They probably only at GMS, man.
Yeah.
I
You know,
wouldn't be
brothers that
surprised if
teach
they
the
did. I wouldn't be surprised if they doing it to all Hebrew Israelite videos. I wouldn't be surprised.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, a little bit of truth is too much for
too
Esau,
much.
man.
Gone.
A little bit. A little bit of leaven the whole lump, right? A little bit of truth spoil Esau's whole
Right,
game plan, man.
Right.
For his whole recipe, huh?
Hey, 'cause what they say, to teach a lie.
You must know the truth.
So to tell the truth, you gotta know the lie.
Right.
This is Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
Hey, sit in the dust, sit in confusion.
Gone.
Because you don't realize what you're doing is confirming and building the faith of the people you attacking. You attacking the hopeful elect. You censoring Edomite off the comment boards ain't doing nothing but boosting the faith. When you come down like a flood, brothers gonna be ready through the spirit of power Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, because you've been boosting our faith with every move that you make.
Hey, you so stupid, Esau Edom. Ain't nothing you can do, man. Even the 2/3, they been watching, man.
They waking up too.
Hey, as soon as we get pulled off the internet, the famine, they gonna be like, what the fuck?
Right.
Hey, it's gonna confirm for them.
They gonna, oh shit.
It's gonna confirm for them that it's the truth.
And in the 11th hour, some of the elect gonna get sealed in too.
Right.
You should have never invented the internet like the apostle said, man.
Right.
Yo,
It goes back. Gotta get this scripture real quick. One of my favorites, man. It goes back to this, man.
Hey, what it is what Edomites, right? Ever since the brother brought out the red Hebrew Edomite, and we've been pushing that y'all been butthurt, man. Esau, you wasn't really mad about that, but that red Hebrew Edomite,
Right.
for some reason, that just burned your britches, man.
This is Psalms 92 and 5. O Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, how great are thy works,
Right.
and thy thoughts are very deep.
Hey.
The Lord already had you in a trick bag, man.
Hey, man.
It says, a brutish man knoweth not, neither doth a fool understand it.
you had no idea who you was playing with.
Right.
You had no clue. You think the Most High didn't know you was gonna be in Harvard and Cambridge talking shit? Wearing a suit, drinking tea, talking shit? You didn't think the Most High knew? You didn't think he saw you? Or y'all having whiskey and bourbon, talking about how y'all gonna destroy his people? You didn't think he saw that?
Eyes of the Lord are on all the evil and the good.
Come on, man. Now you at the end of this road. You know that Boys to Men song. We've come to the end of the road now.
Right. Gone.
It ain't nothing but slow singing and flower bringing now.
Right. Good. Slow singing and flower. Hey, this is so the brother just brought out Isaiah 47:1, right? He said, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon." And that dust represent what? Confusion. This Isaiah 24:10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets. Meaning when this city of confusion be broken down, it's gonna be a crying for the truth in the streets, right? All joy is darkened The mirth of the land is gone. And the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. So when Babylon the Great, virgin daughter of Babylon, when they say sit on the ground, sit in the dust, right? Meaning confusion. The city of confusion is broken down. They say there shall be a crime for wine in the streets. They're gonna be looking for the truth, and they shall not find it. Right? Amos 8 and 11. Famine of the word, man.
Right, they're gonna go see and see.
Right.
Because then at that time they're gonna know it's the truth. Like this movie the brother was telling me about, when all hell break loose. I don't know what the
I don't know neither. I can't even find the movie no more.
From what he was telling me, the all hell was breaking loose at this point, and it was a Jake in the streets, and everybody was running to him for wisdom.
Right.
They was like, what we gonna do? What we gonna do? Because when it hits, they're gonna be caught off guard, like the scripture says, because they're not gonna be looking for it. So when a famine hit and they don't know what the hell to do, they're gonna be looking for the people that was telling them what to do. It only makes sense, man.
It only makes sense. Hey, get that. You got that first. You do that? You got more on that? Yeah, more on that. Get that crumb.
Just going back to the snare being laid, right? I want brother going to Job chapter 18. All right, this is Job chapter 18, starting at 2. How long will it be ere ye make an end of words? Mark, and afterwards we will speak. Wherefore are we counted as beasts and reputed vile in your sight?
And that's talking about Esau, man. So I usually start at verse 5 in that verse. But it's talking about Esau. Go ahead, dog.
He teareth himself in his anger. Shall the earth be forsaken for thee?
That's why I said they're gonna come down with great wrath, man. Because they already pissed off, man. At the simplest of these words, man. These are only words, man. And these Edomites is pissed off, man.
So I wanted to start up. Because you read evil Edomites and butthurt. Go ahead. And shall the rock be removed out of his place? Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out.
Right.
And the spark of his fire shall not shine.
And you know your light gonna be put out, but you don't want to hear about it. You just want it to happen out of the blue. You don't want it to suddenly keep creeping up on you every day. Like, oh man, we gotta be getting closer. Hey, it's more of them, man.
You gotta keep, we on the corner.
They everywhere like ants, man.
Bro.
They like cockroaches.
No peace. Hey, look, that's what they say when they come up here. Weren't y'all just in North Carolina? We were in Atlanta.
Right.
We were just in Cali. Wasn't that y'all?
Wasn't y'all at Lake Eola?
Wasn't
y'all that y'all at Lake Eola?
Hey, guess what? Roaches even get in the rich people houses too, man. They call palmetto bugs, man. If you got palm tree, they gonna get up in there, right? Hey, so you can't. There's nothing you can do.
Hey, to let it happen. Hey, that show you to let it happen. Hey, that show you the importance of coming out in the highways and the byways.
Right.
Because we know we different camps and whatnot. But when they see us, all they see is a monument. A monument of Yahweh Shai. So they don't remember who the hell was who. They just knew that was the Lord. That was the Lord and His men there, man.
Standing in great boldness,
telling us we about to be destroyed. You know.
Go ahead, dog.
The light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him.
It says tabernacle, meaning the whole house, the whole lineage of you Edomites. Go ahead.
The steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down.
Oh, and that's going on right now.
The steps of his strength shall be straightened. Meaning that his strength is going to be put in a position of difficulty.
Right,
It's going to go into you in a trick bag. It's going to go into it. Like the brother said, you in a trick bag, man. The Lord declared this from the beginning, man. He'll set you up from jump from go. It says, for he is cast into a net by his own feet. Trick bag, man.
Psalm 10 chapter, and Psalm 33.
And he walketh upon a snare.
Hey, that's perfect. Because what happened? What happened when they went off the gold standard? Now everybody broke.
Everybody broke.
What happened when they got over here? How they got this? Now it's all coming back. Now terrorists are making him afraid on every side. Now he worried about immigrants. But he was once an immigrant.
Oh, in Mississippi, the other day, 680. They just went in the warehouse and snatched them up. Come on, man.
What's got the Second Amendment with the guns and shit? That's hurting them too, because now they're trying to take them away.
They trying to take them away.
Hey, and I can say this, man. That ain't gonna happen. Well, it might happen, but if that happens,
Not with NRA. They ain't going.
that
ain't gonna happen.
No, Esau gonna shoot it out.
I'm about to say that
Yeah.
show. If that happens, then for sure you gonna see the race. You gonna see them come out the hills.
Sedition
You
amongst
gonna see
men.
the good old boys.
Hey, but
man.
that's the sedition amongst men. Yeah, because that's gonna bring them That's gonna bring them right-wing militias,
Damn right.
like the brother talking about.
You got Edomites. Yeah, I said Edomites. You got Edomites that got tanks, rocket launchers.
Oh, the video just cut off.
Hey, they got. I was watching something. Some Edomite got arrested. He had a fucking 18-wheeler of AKs, man. That was a while back, but they busted him. He had an AK. An 18-wheeler just filled with AKs, man.
Yeah, bro.
These dumb man.
I was in North Carolina. Some white boy got some stuff, bro. Them Edomite got some stuff in North Carolina.
And they with it, man.
I'm telling you, bro.
Hey, and they number one priority ain't you Negroes,
It
man,
ain't.
because
No.
you are soft targets to them.
Who they gonna go up against?
They looking at they preparing themselves for the actual military.
Government, man.
Like the apostles say, there's a lot of Edomites down in the Bible thumping belt that
Right.
know about the mark of the beast, man.
Right, they
They're
ain't
not
gonna take it.
ignorant
Yeah.
either. Yeah.
And they willing to shoot it out, man.
They gonna shoot it out, bro.
Definitely gonna shoot it
When I was there in North Carolina, bro, them white boys is going against the government, bro.
Hey,
They going against
to
it.
show you they gonna
They
shoot
got
it out.
RPGs. Hey,
Hey, to show you they gonna shoot it out, there's no new thing under the sun, man. There was a fucking civil war here, wasn't there?
right.
Come on, huh?
And they were fighting against who? Edomites against Edomites.
Hey,
That's their history, man.
House divided.
if you look up on YouTube, if you look up Second Civil War, there's a lot of Edomites talking about the Second Civil War, and they're using the groups Antifa
Right.
and the alt-right, and they're
Right.
saying, look, we walking up on another civil war.
Right.
Showing you that these right-wing militias, and they call themselves 3%ers too. 3% meaning that only 3% of them fought in the American Revolution.
Right.
For you brothers that's not hip to these militias, their whole objective is to go against the government. They waiting for the government to say the wrong thing or implement the wrong thing to start knocking on doors, and they got two-way radios. They with it, man.
Right.
Not only the militia, they got a lot of these biker gangs. A lot of these,
Yeah.
they 3%, 1%ers.
They showed you in the
Yeah.
damn movie, in the Purge movies, man. They showing you in the movies. Look.
Hey, they had what Texas wanted to annex they wanted to they wanted to annex from the
Right,
United
right,
States, man.
right.
They show you they divided even in like California, even in their laws, man. With like marijuana, they divided every which way,
Bad
man.
every way, man.
What did the Most High say? He was gonna set the Egyptian against the Egyptian.
Come. And look, with the French, right, with that whole war, right, with the French against
Revolution.
who was the French? They
Edomites.
fucking Edomites.
This video for sure gets pulled down.
Go ahead, finish
But
reading
when you
that
talk
up.
about every major war, man, it's always Esau, man. It's been Esau for the last few centuries, man. It's
Right.
always been him, man. The American Revolution, the French Revolution over there in France,
Come.
the Bolshevik Revolution in Russia.
The Germanic tribes, all they did was make war with each other.
Right. So why would they? What you gonna take this down for? It's in your social study. It's in your science book, social study book. Shit.
We just-
all of them know.
We just breaking you down to the common denominator. You an
Gun.
Edomite. When you
Gun.
break it down to the common denominator, it makes sense. When you talk about Russians and Frenchmen and Italians, it don't make sense. It look all confused.
Right.
When you go back to the simplicity of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you start understanding the judgments.
Right.
Simplified it. It says, the jinn shall take him by the heel,
Which is a trap. Talking about
and
a
the
trap.
robber shall prevail against him.
Right.
The snare is laid for him in the ground, and a trap for him in the way.
Who's the robber? Yahweh Shai, man.
Right,
He
God.
said, the great, the thief in the night, and he
Right.
said, the great, listen,
Right, God.
when he
Yeah.
leaves something, I'm gonna take all, motherfucker. Oh, man.
And what it say? The saints shall take the kingdom. Man.
Right. Right.
Take the kingdom.
You got it.
Terrors shall make him afraid on every side.
That's what's happening now. It's gonna ramp up.
Right.
It's gonna ramp up. The apostles always said there's gonna be a major false flag terrorist attack. We're not ignorant of your
It gotta
devices,
be.
man.
It gotta be. That's how you kick shit off, man.
Terrors shall make him afraid on every side.
On every side, meaning you're not gonna know where the fuck it's coming from.
Right.
It ain't just gonna be the Arab. It's gonna be the average Joe Blow Edomite, man.
Right.
know, he just gonna just walk up in Walmart, man.
He already did that.
Get some ham hocks and shit, get gunned out, man. And it's gonna not just Walmart. He gonna go into Publix. You know, he gonna go into Whole Foods. He gonna go all over, man.
So that you shut up in your house, man, so that no man can go out.
But it said every nation, man. Every nation gonna have a hand on you Edomites, man. But all the ones that joined to you at the UN, well, you're gonna be the only one left in the UN.
Only one.
Only one.
Going back to Isaiah 30th chapter, when it said when he tries to cease to deal treacherously, they gonna deal treacherously with him. Because when he trying to put down that sword, they like, nah, we won't that.
No, but he only want to put down the sword when he's losing. He the base man, bro, on an even playing field.
Right.
On an even playing field. Esau is at the bottom.
Yeah, the bottom.
Only time he got the bravado is when he got the his blessing was the sword. Like you said, when he dropped that bomb on Hiroshima.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the only time the bullet get bold when he know he can win the fight.
Right.
Fucking coward. It says, terror shall make him afraid on every side and shall drive him to his feet. His strength shall be hunger bitten. Yeah. And Salakia. His strength shall be hunger bitten, and destruction shall be ready at his side.
It's a little more now.
Yeah, some fire now, bro.
It shall devour the strength of his skin.
Right.
Even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength.
Who was the firstborn of death?
That's how it's shot, man.
Shot,
already
man.
know who it
Go
is.
ahead.
King of terror.
King of his confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle.
Pride. He's finally gonna be brought low, man.
Right.
Finally. Beautiful, man.
Hey, Lord willing, I
That's why
can
he
see
said
that
the
day.
pride of his heart have deceived him.
Right.
The Lord gonna humble your ass, man.
And that's why that's one of the great joys that a man can have, man. To watch the fall of his enemy, man. And it ain't just like our fall wasn't quick. Esau fall ain't quick, man. He's slipping. We watching him slowly drown in the quicksand, man.
Exactly. Hey, what Kevin Hart said, it take a long time for his granddaddy to fall. He's like, oh.
Hey, he panicking.
That's what he doing, bro.
He's panicking. He's losing it. You seen Trump tweet some shit about the Federal Reserve or some shit? Yeah, he said the American dollar needs to be weakened or some shit like that, man.
Yeah, he
That's what
did.
he said? Yeah, man. This place is through, man.
Desperate times call for
Who the
desperate
fuck-
measures.
Have you ever heard that somebody that our dollar needed to be weakened, huh?
Right. You know why he said that?
Because the other nations,
The other nations
China-
weakened in
China
their
did the
currency.
same. Right.
Trying to weaken their
Dropped
currency.
the
He mad
goddamn
at
this
the
man down.
feds now, man. That shows they about to crash this economy,
They
man.
finna crash it, bro. Yeah.
Lord willing.
Let me read this on you. Hold that. Stay on there. This is Job 21 and verse I'm gonna start at 20. His eyes shall see his destruction, and he shall drink the wrath of the Almighty. So verse 27, right? It say, behold, I know your thoughts and the devices which ye wrongfully imagine against me. For ye say, where is the house of the prince? And where are the dwelling places of the wicked? Have ye not asked them that go by the way? And do ye not know their tokens? That the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction. They shall be brought low to the day of wrath. Hey man, go back to that.
So Esau's judgment has been reserved for now, man. Before his name was Esau, when he was Cain, his judgment was reserved for now, man. When his belly was full, when he wanted to put down the sword and stop doing all this violence, when he got tired of shedding blood, so to speak.
Let's be peaceful, brother.
Now that he done stole, that's like the guy, that's like somebody who win at the game and now they want to stop playing the game because they up. I don't want to play no more. Monopoly game over. I got all the money. I don't want to play no more because I don't want to lose. I got all the shit. Let's have peace now.
Hey, you know Jake gonna play that, dog. You gonna roll some dice.
Yeah, he got a base.
Brother win the first game. Oh yeah, I won them $50. All right, I'm done. Nah, bro. Come on now.
He got a base in every country.
Right.
You know, he got his hand on everybody neck. He got his hand in everybody's pocket. Now it's all about peace because he got control of the board. But as soon as he got to that, the moment he think he about to get to that plan, that's the perfect way to punish somebody.
Right.
Let them think they done skated. Let them think they about to ride off into the sunset. Let them think all of their dreams are about to come true. And the moment they actually get to touch their dream, get them.
That's why they say revenge is a dish best served cold.
Right,
Man.
done.
Best served
Right.
cold.
Not knowing. Beautiful.
His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle,
Right.
and it shall bring him to the king of terror.
Y'all got plenty of
The
confidence
king
right
of
now.
terror.
Y'all got plenty of confidence right
I
now.
gotta jump back into
Plenty confidence, man. Y'all just know that y'all are the people of the Lord, that this is the greatest kingdom on the earth. Y'all have plenty of confidence. Go ahead.
I gotta go back into Isaiah, man. You brought up the king of terrors, man, so I gotta go.
Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne. O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones and grind meal. Uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the river. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered.
And Esau gonna be out here butt naked, man. But they ain't gonna even have no socks on. Go
Esau
ahead.
as a nation of people is being made naked right now, man. That's like all of these things that's happening right now. This is just a display of confidence. This ain't real confidence. Esau don't got that confidence he had in the 50s.
Right.
He ain't have to talk like this. He ain't have to do all of the things he doing now. All of these things are acts of desperation. When you know you losing and you gotta desperately, it's like that guy who losing the race and now he's starting to put his everything into it because it's the last lap. Yeah, this him. It's over with.
It says, it says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance. I will not meet thee as a man.
That's the main point that I wanted. Brother said what?
King of terror. He
Right,
he
hey.
gonna meet him as a man. He coming back as an angelic being, man.
Hey, his confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terror.
Hey, when
king
you
is
see
terror.
Yahweh,
Bro, that even sounds.
when you
sloppy.
see Yahweh Shai with them angels, man, your confidence gonna be rooted out, man.
Right.
You gonna shit
Right.
your goddamn pants, man.
Confidence. Hey, what he say? Hey, he gonna have to put his spirit on him to fight. No confidence.
It say he not gonna meet you as a man, meaning he ain't gonna meet you with F-135s. He ain't gonna meet you with S-400. He ain't about to meet you with no tank. He coming with some shit you ain't seen before,
ain't never
and he about to do some shit you ain't seen before, and he gonna make an example out of you at the same time.
And you Edomites know, because on Independence Day, the second one, the chariot that Yahushua was coming in with, the alien representing Yahushua, it was bigger than the earth, man. It's bigger than the earth when you look at the movie. So they know, man. That's why they created they so-called Space Force, man. Because the Lord said he gonna put the spirit on the fight anyway, man. Though he put the sword down, he gonna pick it back up.
He gonna have no choice.
He had no choice. Well, you going
Man, bro,
you
that's
got
the
some more,
ass.
bring that rest of that out. There's some more in there. Like a couple more lines.
Man. It says, it shall dwell in his tabernacle because it is none of his.
Right.
Brimstone shall be scattered upon his habitation.
Now look, it said it is none of his tabernacle, right? It's none of his, right?
None of
Why?
his.
Because the Lord said you was the vessels of wrath created for destruction. That's why it's not his.
And it truly don't belong to you. It really don't
Yo,
belong
hey,
to you.
It comes.
you were created to be a $10.
The done dollar off
Yep.
the rip.
Hey, that's what you were made for. Oh, man. It says, his roots shall be dried up beneath, and above shall his branch be cut off.
Right,
Ooh.
man, his whole line.
Nothing left over.
Whole
Ooh.
line. Go ahead.
His remembrance, oh man,
Yeah, I'll tell you some fire now, bro.
his remembrance shall perish from the earth,
Right,
and he shall have no name in the street.
right. Ain't gonna be no more. You the Edomites, huh?
Hey, that's beautiful because that's what you try to do to us, man.
Right.
You devils, man.
Right.
You try to do it to us. but
Come
you
and let
couldn't.
us cut them off for being a
Yeah.
nation.
And let them be
The name of Israel may be no more remembrance.
let them be
Fucking
taken
devil.
in the things that they have imagined, man. The same thing they imagined for the children of Israel. You know, they getting caught up in that same snare and that same gin.
The council shall cast them down.
For your remembrance, like when nations gather themselves together, when the nation of Israel is going to be talking amongst the princes of these other nations, you're not even going to be a subject.
Right.
You're not even going to be in casual conversation. And that's the perfect judgment for a narcissist. The so-called white man is a narcissist. Self-centered narcissist, man. The worst thing you can do to him is not only remove him, but remove his remembrance. We ain't even got nothing to say to you.
Right.
You're not even a part of the small conversations. We talking about new wines, different planets.
Right.
It don't. Come on, man.
Damn, bro.
Hey,
The same thing he tried to do to us, man.
Gonna be done. That which,
Man, the Lord is
that which done shall be done, man.
That's why he
motherfucker
said,
tried to get his.
that's why you read it. He said the snare, the gin is the trap, man.
It's a trap,
And
man.
you going into it. You set him up, man.
Right.
Set him
The
up.
Lord said it in Deuteronomy 30th chapter, the 7th verse. He said, all these curses you put on them.
Right. Oh, right.
Damn. It says, his remembrance shall perish from the earth, and he shall have no name in the streets. He shall be driven from light into darkness and chased out of the world.
Hey, he gonna fall off the earth somewhere? Dang.
Hey, I have a feeling it's gonna be a big old
Big
bonfire.
bonfire.
Big old bonfire.
Hey.
Everybody invited.
Hey, and I'm from the country. We used to do bonfires. Well, look here. When you throw a bunch of wood in one spot, man, it just pile up.
That's why. That's why.
All the bodies of Esau can be done like that.
That's why the remembrance is gonna be gone. You remember Men in Black, the light, man.
Well, we smoke.
that light gonna
Hey,
make
that's
us
a big old light. Hey, everybody gather around. Look at this bonfire.
It's a more now.
Gonna make you just forget everything about it. Edomite.
A couple more verses on that.
It says, hey, that's funny, y'all.
Hey,
that's
yo.
funny.
Hey, beautiful, man.
It says,
They done it to us, man.
hey,
Screw them Edomites, man.
he shall neither have son nor nephew among his people,
Right.
nor any remaining in his dwelling.
That's a cold cut to
Cold cut.
some Edomites can make it. That's a cold cut, man.
Gun.
That's a cold slice of
Oh,
pie,
yeah, the
man.
GOCC. Them my Edomites can make it.
You can't get around that,
Gun,
man.
man.
That say son or nephew, so that means his seed.
It's
Yeah.
Son or
Right.
nephew, bro.
They ain't mentioned nothing about no women. They said his son.
And it said the same thing in Isaiah 14 and in Jeremiah 49, man. That's 3 times it said it mentioned about his seed and his son and his nephew. Go ahead.
That's how the Lord works, man.
Right.
He research, but he say things over and over
Right,
and over.
right.
To get it through your thick ass skull,
Right,
man. You know?
Gun. Yeah, man.
It says, they that come after him shall be.
Salakia. Didn't he tell Peter 3 times?
They did. They
Hey,
did.
go ahead, huh?
It says, they that come after him shall be a stone at his day,
Right.
as they that went before were what's it like here? What it is? A frightened?
Yeah, a fright. You gotta be a fright.
Frightened, right?
Meaning they gonna be shocked.
They gonna be shook.
Astonished.
Right,
They
right,
gonna be
astonished,
shocked.
right.
Stone means- Read it over. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
read one more
thinking.
time.
Read over.
It says, they that come after him shall be a stone
Astonished, shocked and awe. Go ahead.
at his day, as they that went before were affrighted.
So the same fear that you had, because it said, it's the man that made the earth to tremble.
Right.
The same fear you put on people,
Right.
when they see you in that day, they're going to be that
Just like we had in
astonished,
slavery.
man.
But they're not gonna be afraid of you. They're gonna be afraid of what's happening to you.
Gun.
That's why they're gonna be astonished at your day, because
Right.
the way your nation is gonna be decimated is gonna be never before
Right.
seen.
Cause this was the man.
Hey,
Yes.
This was the man.
the same way Esau showed his power by dropping that bomb on Hiroshima, the Lord is doing the same thing. All the nations being an example.
And he gonna show you true power, because it's not just he gonna use your own weapons against you, but he got some shit for you. He got the laser beams.
And that's a clear cut. He gonna use your weapons against you just to show you how terrible your decisions were. And then he gonna bring upon you something that's heavenly and divine.
He gonna shoot. You gonna use your missiles, try to shoot them at him. They ain't gonna do a goddamn thing.
Turn around.
He gonna turn them around on you, and then he gonna
Just like on X-Men. I like when they did that. The Magneto turned the missiles around on the beach.
That's why Wisdom of Solomon says so far beyond anything that they believe, man.
Right. Yeah.
Because they think that their imagination is the highest point of intellect, man. They actually think that they're the smartest beings in the universe, man.
Right.
That's why Darwinism and Darwinian evolution and social evolution, all of these social Darwinism, all of these concepts is in an effort for the so-called white man to exalt himself above other people. He's evolved into the ultimate intellect. No. You're going to be shown in that day by your own decisions that you made terrible decisions. And then divine judgment is going to rain on you. And in that day, all the heathens are going to witness your destruction. And they're going to fall in line for the kingdom to come.
Fall in line.
On my way to camp, I got a little
Breaking news alert?
breaking news alert to my phone that this guy Elon Musk is backing Yang for president, man.
What?
He's backing Yang for president. Elon Musk.
For real?
Yeah, the Chinese president.
Yeah.
He all about digital, everything. Yeah, that's crazy.
Y'all see how the Edomites mix the monkey with the human?
Yeah, I seen that.
Bro, these Edomites
Yeah, I
trying
got
to live
news on
forever,
that
bro.
too.
What you trying to live forever for, bro?
Hey, because they scared of death, man. See, that's how
They scared of that. Yeah.
we got two separate nations, bro.
They scared,
They
man.
scared of death, like it's. And they tell you in Ezra, the Lord say, "Be not scared of death, man, because this is the sentence of all men."
Oh, man.
They scared to die.
Because they're like the curse that goes back to Cain, man.
Right.
Cain's curse was that the face of the Most High was going to be hid from him.
Right.
That means the understanding of things spiritual was going to be cut off from him. That's why they only understand this paradigm. They only understand this reality.
Right.
Everything that they believe is confined to what they can see, taste, touch, and feel. Because everything beyond that is not given unto them.
Right.
He say, "Thy face shall be hid from me." Meaning, when it comes to spiritual things, the so-called white man not gonna understand that. It's not given unto him. He don't have any spirit. He don't have a spiritual bone in his body.
Hey, look.
Even if he think he do, he pretended.
Hey, that's beautiful because, hey, Hosea 5:15 say, "I will go and hide my face until they acknowledge me or seek me." Esau can't do that.
He can't do that.
Hey, but
And that's why brothers
can't do that, bro.
brothers standing on the highways and hedges is more frightening to him. Because it's a symbol of something he can't taste, touch, and feel. And whatever's got these numbers increasing like this can't be from this world.
Bro, if Cain see, go ahead.
For a cardinal man, non-spiritual, to see brothers from every walks of nations gathering together, that's the start. That's fear.
Right.
I'll give you one
That
better.
will bring fear to
I'll give you one better. For you to invest your whole life, your whole family, you done indoctrinated people into hiding this.
Right.
Spent your whole life has been dedicated to stealing these people's identity
Keeping
and
them-
hiding it from them.
Right.
And then for you to see them a bunch of niggers now,
Right.
come on, man, that gotta be fear.
Yeah, it's fear, man.
That gotta be fear.
Yeah,
bro.
And bro, but
And
Cain,
then for us to actually, not to cut you off, for us to actually open up the scriptures and break it down fully, that he's not stupid. He knows.
you know, they got scholars too.
God.
Bro, for Cain, for the Lord, bro, Cain said his face was gonna be hid from the Lord, bro. The Lord's face was gonna be hid. Did he ever say Cain was gonna be able to see his face again? No. It never said that. So his whole seed line coming back through Esau, the Lord hid his face, man.
And that's why you have a spirituality leaving the planet Earth right now. Because all of these nations have some form of spirituality. China, for example, they had some, it wasn't of correctness, but it was some sort of spirituality and connection. But now you go over there and they think how the so-called white man think. They think with his brain.
They forsook their gods to follow Esau.
Right.
That's what that go back to the beast. They go back to the beast. The
Right.
whole earth is gonna bow to this beast.
Right, and give power to the beast.
Exactly.
Right.
Who
for 1 hour.
sitteth in the temple as God and said he himself is God. Because when you go back to these sciences, all these things are a ploy for white supremacy. All it does is create a system where by default and elimination, you just believe that the so-called white man is the top of the food chain.
Right.
And because he's the elephant in the room, our people, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, too scared to speak up. But the Most High said he was going to set us in order before his sight.
Right.
That these simple Negroes on the corner is confounding Cambridge, Harvard, Oxford,
Yeah, everywhere, man.
all these $1 million institutions
Yep.
that swear that they know what's going on are being confounded.
Don't know a fucking thing.
Found.
If I may say this, to prove that the other nations have some type of spirituality, Pastor Ramla was going into it this week about how China, they characters in the letters have
Former
The creation story.
Have a form of, the creation story and stuff like that. So they have all these nations have a form of spirituality. You know what I'm saying? But it's just Esau, Edom that doesn't have any form of spirituality at all.
And they got melanin.
But see, everybody's following the vibration of Esau, Edom, man. So because everybody have forsaken their gods and looked through the lens of the wicked, because the wicked is prospering right now.
Right.
Everybody thinks that, well, God is a fairy tale.
Right.
These things are just like Santa Claus, and this is all we have. That's why a so-called white man scared to die, because he know this is it.
Oh, and if he is real, he look like them.
Exactly. Just as a contingency. But he don't believe that. They ain't it.
That's why the Pope prayed to a black, what is it?
The Black Madonna.
Black Madonna.
Right. Because they know.
You know what's even crazier? How the world has been deceived by this Christianity, right? And people, their perception of the Bible is that it's fairy tales, like you were saying. But now they're starting to see the truth because of what? Prophecy. Because the church don't preach nothing about prophecy. They just preach about what
Prosperity doctrine.
Right, that prosperity doctrine. But now that prophecy is being brought out, now they're starting to see the actual truth and the reality of the scripture.
The Messiah loves you, brother.
And now Christianity got to rethink their game plan, man. Because the same book they picked up to say that the Lord love everybody is being. Brothers is taking the book and showing people what it really is, man.
Hey, bro, the brother Malcolm said he did a video talking about how the churches are trying to take from what the prophets out here are preaching. Because he was saying
it's a lot of these black.
they're asking a lot of questions
Right.
now
It's a
that
lot
they
of-
no longer have the answers to.
Right, it's a lot of these so-called black pastors, man. They watching the Hebrew Israelites teachings, and they taking it back to the church, man.
Or they
doing it.
or they getting questions they can't answer.
Right.
And
That's what's going on.
And when they get them questions they can't answer, they ask, who told you that?
Right, that's the first thing they say.
Oh, well, let me look them up. Because now they losing money, man.
Con.
You gotta remember the Christian church is a business first.
Acts 19.
I got you this real quick.
Yeah, break it up.
That's what you just go right to what you just talked about. They're losing money. Acts 19.
That's why the Most High says, so what if men do not believe, man? That's why the Lord told us, hey, let not the incredulity of them trouble you, man. That speak against you, man, because in the end it's going to speak and not lie.
Not a doubt.
It's Acts 19 and 24. For a certain man named Demetrius, a silversmith, which made silver shrines.
Yeah, I got it.
A silversmith, which made silver shrines for Diana,
Right.
brought no small gain unto the craftsmen,
Diana was what? The fertility god. Right? Go ahead.
whom he called together with the workmen of like occupation, and said, Sirs, ye know that by this craft we have our wealth.
Right.
Moreover, ye see and hear that not alone at Ephesus, but almost throughout all Asia,
Right.
this Paul persuaded and turned away much people.
Right. So they were pissed off at Paul because he was going around pushing Yahushua this and Yahushua that and repent and get away from them Diana imageries, idolatry. Go ahead.
Right. Saying that they be no gods which are made with hands.
Right. And they ain't no God. Yahweh said, don't worship no other God, man. Because they are what? None but idolatry made by hands, man. Go ahead.
So that not only this our craft is in danger
Right.
to be set at naught.
Look, they say their craft is in danger because Paul was saying, hey, Yahweh is the way, and which y'all have been learned. It's a lie, right? Be transformed, be renewing of your mind. Go ahead.
But also that the temple of the great goddess Diana should be despised, and her magnificence should be destroyed, whom all Asia and the world worship.
And Demetrius hated that, man. And it said a lot of the Jews, man. Go ahead.
It says, and when they heard these things, they were full of wrath,
Right.
and cried out, saying, great is Diana of the Ephesians.
Hey, the Jews, the Israelites, they were pissed off at Paul, man. Pissed off. And they wanted to kill Paul, man. Go ahead.
And the whole city was filled with confusion.
Right.
And having caught Gaius and Aristarchus, men of Macedonia, Paul's companions,
Right.
in travail, they rushed with one accord unto the theater.
Hey, they were ready to kill Paul, man. Hey, well, Paul was, hey, that Diana, your thing y'all got going on, that fertility goddess, get rid of that, man. But Demetrius, the coppersmith, hey, boy, they had, so you know, because right now today, right,
They were making that money.
the Northern Kingdom, man, they work Santa Maria. They got all through their house, man. Jake too, Northern Kingdom, and the Southern Kingdom, man. And Paul said, no. Hey, boy, they wanted to kill Paul, man. Okay, tell you what it was, 17, that they had to move Paul and Silas out of the city at nighttime in the dark, man. Because they wanted to kill him, man. And that's when he was in what? In Berea? I think he was in Berea, man. Ephesus, right. They wanted to kill Paul, man. Like, hey.
He was messing up their wealth.
Messing up their money, bro.
Same thing they want to do. What they did to Yahweh shop. Hey, you got to get rid of him, man.
That goes to the same thing back in Jeremiah with the Queen of Heaven, remember?
Right,
And that
right.
same spirit,
47.
Since
Jeremiah
you left
46.
off from breaking the queen, you know,
Making cakes, right.
Bro, that's the only thing idols are really about is making money, man.
Hey,
Making
get
money,
Ezekiel 8 for me in verse 15.
Hey, but and the cold thing about Esau Edom is in the past time where you would have gods, physical gods that you go into a temple and worship.
Ezekiel 8.
Now those gods have been turned into philosophies. So you don't gotta go to a temple and feel like you worshiping no, you could just have worship money then.
Come.
How about that? You just chase your dreams, brother.
You know, that's a good show. I gotta go rewatch it. Even though it has some Mo stuff in it.
What that?
The American Gods.
Right.
Yeah.
Because and it showed you how the new gods are technology. You know, you can now you worship these. Now you worship these philosophies.
Right.
Darwinism. You gotta have faith to believe in that. That's a religion. Science. Pseudoscience. That's a religion. You gotta have faith to believe in that.
Money is a god too, man.
Yeah.
When you watch that movie, They Live, and they show you when you look at the money through the glasses, they say this is your god, man. Right? When you look at you ever seen They Live?
Nah.
When you look at it's an old movie, Roddy Piper. Right?
Roddy Piper, the wrestler?
Yeah, the wrestler.
Okay.
When you look at the dude showed me Jake. It was a Jake. Oh man, it was the Jake dude that was in lottery ticket that tried to bow out the money.
Oh,
He
the
was
one
in the
that tried to-
movie.
Yeah.
And he
I know
found
you
the
talking
glasses. It was a Jake. So in what? Show you this truth, brother.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
It was a Jake, man. Yeah, so he gave me the glasses. He put them on.
Obey.
And when you see the signs,
Obey.
the signs say obey. Right? So when he was looking at the Edomites,
Sound familiar.
when you looking at the Edomites, bro, they look like skeletons. You can see they skeletons. But when he take the glasses off,
They look
put
like
them back
regular
on,
people.
you can see the Edom. When he look at black people, so-called Negroes, you couldn't see their skeleton. Only when he looked at the white people, he was saying they were devils.
Hey, they already
When he did it in front of the money, he said, "This is your God." Yeah, bro.
Hey, and that's the trick bag, man. That's like the brother brought out beautifully. American Gods show you that, man. So Esau look at you and say, "Oh, these guys are simple. They believe in religion, but their gods is money. Their gods is material. Their gods is iPhones. The next iPhone come out, they'll spend whatever they got, or they'll even lease an iPhone and make payments until they can pay it off, just to have the latest iPhone, man."
That's why whatever the Rothschild said, I care not about their religion. I just, The Rothschilds with the
I care not about who made the laws.
Who make the laws?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he just care about
Put
the
me in
money.
control of the money, and I care not who make the laws.
Yeah, that's what you're saying, boy.
Right.
You know? They just care about wealth.
Right.
Goods. Yeah.
And they monetize gods. So in Rome, when you went into a city, you had to go into their god, whatever god. That's
Right.
why it talks about Diana of Ephesus. When you went into that city, you had to pray for a good fortune in that city,
Right.
and then you had to leave what, an offering. The same thing is happening now,
Right.
you know. But now the gods is not visible. So now you spend time doing what? Following. So social media might be your god, and what do? You spend time on social media. Or money. You spend all your time getting money. It's an addiction.
Right.
So now Esau just elevated his way of worship. Now you don't gotta feel like you're a simpleton or you're in the cold. Nah, you in the cold. Your God just money. Or
Right.
your God just social media. Or your God just box. It's something out here for you. You know, that's Esau, man.
That's that do what you want to do, man.
Right.
I got a quick free.
Go ahead.
Well, man,
Bring it out. Get the meat off there. Get the meat off there, brother.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, and I'm starting at 10. For that which is made shall be punished together with him that made it.
Oh yeah, going to the image. Right.
Therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles shall there be a visitation,
Right.
because in the creature of Yahweh they are become an abomination
Right.
and stumbling blocks to the souls of men.
Yeah, and all of these devices are stumbling blocks into the souls of men. You know, you got these people who strive to be rich, and the majority of the rich are miserable, depressed, and on the brink of suicide, man. But you chase it thinking that that's the way that you fix all your problems, man. And that's a way that they put stumbling blocks before the souls of men.
Oh, and they tell you that in Ezekiel, man. Ezekiel 7:19 say they shall cast their silver and gold in the streets, and it's a stumbling block to all men, man.
You got it.
And a snare to the feet of the unwise.
Right.
For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication.
And what are your modern day celebrities called? They're called idols, man. Because now you don't have to live your life successfully. You can live through Beyonce.
Right.
Or you can live through Jay-Z. You just follow their lifestyle, see what they eat and drink, and just imagine yourself in their shoes. That's an idol.
What did he say? Spiritual. He said spiritual fornication. That's why he called us adulterers, a backslider, a whore. Because we went, like you said, whoring after other gods. Committing spiritual fornication, spiritual adultery.
And that's crazy, bro. Because what's crazy about it is that Jake don't win anything from living like this.
Right.
The heathens get a plus on doing and living their life like this. To a certain extent, they get a plus in this society. No matter what you do, no matter which one of these avenues you try to take to fit in with these people, you still a nigga, man. Or you still a spit. You sold yourself for naught, like Yahweh Shemel Shah said. And you forsook the fountain of living waters. What you had was actually living. Everything that they chase is dead. And you don't know that till you get there. But that's why it's like it's a American dream. It's not real. You gotta be asleep to live it. Cause it's a dream.
Let me read that real quick. This is Jeremiah 2:11. Have a nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods? For my people have changed their glory for that which doeth not profit.
It don't profit you. This lifestyle don't profit Jake at all, man. A couple of you niggas win, and the rest of you niggas live your life through these dumbass niggas, man. So you follow after sports athletes. They don't get paid to think. How are they the leaders of your culture, your community?
Right.
Look how you look on the world stage. Who are your idols? Who do you look up to? Who do you model yourself after? Football players? Musicians? They don't get paid to think.
So the moment they start thinking and getting on one knee,
they get removed from the spotlight. They get removed from the
hey,
spotlight.
what Mike Vick at? Is he dead?
No.
I ain't seen him.
But they get removed from the spotlight and replaced with somebody else that's dumber.
Hey, him and Allen Iverson's jerseys are gone. You can't even find them. Nowhere.
What you about to say?
Once they done with you, they just gas you off like they're doing Carmelo Anthony.
Hey,
back to the basics
what it
again.
say in Deuteronomy? Coming out.
Right.
Whether you enter this world,
Right.
you gonna enter it the same way you leave it.
Right.
If you came in broke, I don't care how successful you is for 10, 12 years.
I was just telling my boy, hey, y'all love Jordan. Just wait.
Yeah.
Just wait.
Jordan time gonna come too, man. Cause the devil always want his money
Just
back,
wait.
man.
Hey, you always gotta pay the piper, bro.
Boy, look at him.
You always gotta
keep living.
You gotta
Boy,
pay the
look at
piper,
But that
bro.
show you that our people sold themselves for naught, man. And that's the most disgraceful thing of it, man. Is this is your heritage. The Most High could have made all the nation. He could have just said, look, anybody who wanna follow this train, hop on this train. No, he's like, look,
Talking about whosoever.
right. hey. But what did the Most High say, man? Out of all the families of the earth, you only have I known. So you sold yourself for nothing.
Right.
Because what you had was already better than everything that they have combined. The Lord said all the nations combined are vanity and less than vanity.
Done.
That's what you sold yourself for?
Right, man.
You bugging. Now you got it, and 2/3 of our people, the Lord just gonna have to aid. Because you good for nothing at this point.
Off with their head.
Good for nothing.
Got it.
Going back to this, what I was just meditating on though.
That's beautiful.
About the spiritual fornication. You know how the apostles always go into this truth. You gotta be, it's like a woman. Wisdom is likened unto a woman.
Right.
You gotta be into it.
Right.
Spiritual fornication. They into all these other, like you mentioned,
Into it.
basketball players, right? Like Matthew said, where your heart is, there your treasure is, right?
Right, your treasure, right.
They that's why they making spiritual fornication. They all into these other gods.
Yeah,
they all
yeah.
into Kemet. They all into,
Deep,
but they don't want to get into this truth,
Deep.
man.
Deep.
Hey, we were just talking the same thing about Floyd. He
Right.
all in the box.
They all
Right.
into it.
Yeah, that's why they
That's why the Lord
prosper at.
likened it unto fornication, man. Because you consume with it. That's all that's on your mind. You're
know
supposed
what?
to seek the Lord while he may be found.
Need to be
You know?
consumed with
Hey,
this.
look,
Exactly.
that's your lot. That's your lot.
That's your life.
Then that's your lot.
That's your
You're
lot.
gonna be deep off in it.
Con. Wow.
Yeah. Michael Jackson was made. Him and Prince was made
To make music.
to make music. To make not regular music, A1 music.
Hey,
A1.
Platinum every time music.
I mean, music that lasts for generations.
This nigga had his own masters.
Yeah, Prince.
Own masters. And from my understanding, you don't get your master. You gotta be deep. Like, you gotta have like some. You gotta
Especially
be
in that
really
time.
deep to have your master.
Especially in that time
Yo,
period.
That's what Nas said. I was watching. He was on
Drink champ.
Yeah. He was like a Prince hit him with the, you own your masters?
Hey, he did.
like,
He tried to do the Prince voice and all. Do you own your masters?
Wow, for real?
Yeah.
If you don't, you are nothing.
He was like, come holler at me when you own your masters.
He didn't even want to do a feature with him because he didn't own his masters.
What? Yeah, man. That's how deep you gotta be.
Hey.
Like the brother said, in this world, man.
But you know what? The cold thing about it is, look at Prince's end. With all of that,
Right. With the master. Him and Mike.
his end is bitter, man.
And if I could say, all these people, man, they miserable. Michael was drugged up. So was
Yeah.
Prince. He was drugged the
Bro.
fuck up, man.
If I could say this, for you to take horse tranquilizer,
Yeah, man.
for you to take
Yeah,
something that they put horses to sleep with,
You got heavy demons on
it's
you.
got to be something that's really keeping you up at
Yeah,
night.
you running from some heavy demons, man.
That's why Yahweh Shah said, what is it if a man gained the whole world
Lose his
and
own
you
soul.
can't, you got Neverland and you can't get no fucking sleep?
Can't get no
You think
sleep.
about it, right? You think about it, you think about it. The shit's so strong, he didn't want to have no fucking dreams.
Right.
Cause
That's what he
you have
wanted
a
to be knocked out.
You want to be knocked the fuck
Right,
out.
right,
If
right.
you wake up from a nightmare shit, nah, he want to
Something
be
hung
knocked
him
the fuck
bad,
out.
man.
He want a doctor to wake his ass up.
Yeah, right.
That's crazy, huh?
That's crazy. Yeah, wow. That's
Damn.
crazy.
And you pay buku money to have somebody close to you like that to keep that secret,
Right.
to inject you with that and wake you up at the right time, man. That means it's got to be serious demons on you.
wanna
What
say
good
sleep
is it to have?
I want to say sleep that 2 p.m. Wake me up.
I gotta go break this little boy in three.
Hey, and what good is it to have all that money and that's how you gotta live, man? What good is it to have all that money? That's how you live.
He had everything, man. Everything a man could want, man. He was basically like the elites, man.
He had giraffes. He had all zoos.
The
Hey,
man
you
was
know,
97% owner of Sony,
This
man.
nigga was doing
Man was a
interviews
god,
in the
bro.
fucking. Yo, he's doing interviews in the trees. Come up and play with me.
Do you like to climb trees?
Yo, this dude was bucked out his mind, huh?
Hey, the man was 97% owner of Sony, man. How the hell them Edomites see? Edomite, how the hell you get that far high up in the game like that, man?
Somebody was slipping.
Yeah,
To
bro.
let Mike.
That man was way, he was finna own
Run a
Sony,
game
man.
on him. They thought he was slow.
Hey,
Yeah.
exactly though. Exactly
Hey.
though.
Jake, that's how you know he was a Jake. He was
Jake, supplanted
He was
their ass.
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, Bill Cosby too. He was finna on what, NBC? They had to move his ass, bro. Oh, hell no. Bitch, you finna.
Yo, you know what's funny?
They had to get Bill out the way,
Talking
man.
about Bill, they say he's giving like motivational speeches in prison, man.
I believe it.
They say he's real motivational, man. He ain't coming out. They finna leave that nigga there.
Oh, you ain't gonna, hey, you still ain't gonna shut up?
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, let's go Epstein this nigga, man.
Bro,
Oh man, that video on the
they
whole
whacked his ass. Bro,
They whacked his ass.
Bro, it's the same MO, man. One trick pony. Everybody knew Epstein wasn't coming out.
Yeah, we knew that.
Even the news anchors were making fun of it. You know what they do to people like that in prison?
Wow. Yeah,
Like they knew it. Man, this place, bro.
Hey, that show you that Esau's drunken, man. He rocking to him for as a drunkard. He's sloppy, man.
He's sloppy.
He's so sloppy now, it ain't even funny. You can call his moves before he even make them.
That's pride. The pride of his heart never sleep him, man.
Right, the brother we got next, Max, said dead men can't talk, man.
Right.
That man can't talk.
If I may say this, I did a video recently where I put in the video where they slipping so bad now that they had a council of these white supremacists.
Oh, I
And
saw
the
that,
nigga,
bro.
and the motherfucker, he slipped and said, we're just a group of racist, people, a peaceful racist that just want to do, and he slipped in front of all those council people.
The Lord is working.
Because he wanted to do a straight pride parade
Right.
to celebrate being a straight man, whatever. But he ended up exposing himself by saying, look, we're just a straight racist. But he didn't mean to say that. That's the same thing that Joe Biden did earlier this week.
Yeah.
Saying poor kids are just as bright as white kids.
Right.
Letting you know what his mind at. And he was the same one that caught a whole bunch of shit for agreeing with the segregationists
Right.
Right. I don't know if it was the Congress or the Senate, saying that it wasn't that bad working with them. So they just getting sloppy, man. They getting exposed everywhere they turn, man. Whether it's a false flag, whether it's the way they feel, the Lord just allowing them to just be made naked and bare.
Because your kingdom is falling apart.
What you got though?
It's falling apart.
Go ahead.
It's Obadiah, only one verse. And it says in verse 8, shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men of Edom,
Right.
out of Edom.
That's why the Lord said in 1 Corinthians, he made wisdom the foolishness of this world. So he gave them the wisdom that they thought was wise, but really it's dumb. Really it's foolishness.
And the understanding out of the mount of Esau.
Right. So all the understanding and so-called earthly wisdom that you have is really nothing, man.
Nothing.
The Lord said he chose the foolish things of the world to confound the wise.
And this look foolish to you, yet and still it's the actual supreme knowledge on the planet Earth.
Done.
Green.
And you're actually watching a highest office on the planet Earth being executed. When you look at brothers on the highways and hedges, wherever you see them, you're watching the highest office on the planet Earth being executed. You're watching the best job you can have on the planet being worked as you pass by or as you watch. But it doesn't look like that to the world, because the world accepts suits and ties and fiat currency.
Right.
That's what they accept as knowledge and wisdom. You got to have these accessories to be acknowledged as wisdom. What so-called white man institution did you learn from? Because if you didn't learn it from the so-called white man, we can't believe you.
Right.
What Jay said, if it ain't making money, it don't make sense.
Right. But that's the Most High using the foolishness of preaching to confound the wise, man.
Right.
beautiful, man. These guys are finished, man.
Psalms chapter 64,
They are
verse
done.
1.
Hey, you got a question, brother? You got any questions before you go? All right, go ahead.
All right.
Y'all be out here.
Probably about 30, 40 more minutes.
Psalm 64, verse 1. Hear my voice, O Yahweh, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy.
Right.
Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked,
Which is Edomite, the so-called white man. Go ahead.
from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity.
Right, because they are the ones, the workers of iniquity, the ones who the earth was given into their hand.
And they're being exposed through the mouth of the prophets, man.
Right.
Because for a long time, our people would just say spiritual Satan is the one doing this.
Right.
No, the Lord is calling his prophets to say, look, the so-called white man is the devil. He's the wicked. If not, where, who is he?
Right.
If he ain't the wicked nation on the planet, who else is polluting the water? Who else is going around countries putting civilians to death, droning weddings and killing people, and then not even saying nothing about it?
Right.
Like they arrested the Julian Assange. Without WikiLeaks, you wouldn't even know that the so-called white man was doing drone strikes on reporters.
Man. Yep. I was over 10 reporters, man. 30. I think it was 20 or 30 reporters, man.
And machine gunning them and telling them not to stop shooting.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
This is him. If this not the man, where and who is he? It ain't like nobody telling a lie. We pulling up your own documents, your own homework. If you ain't the devil, who is?
I thought they say since March, with like 20 or 30 reporters, man. They've been knocking them off, man. Knocking them off, man.
Trying to pass the buck on the Arabs.
Yeah, man.
Devils.
And you weaponized them. The so-called, without the so-called white man going in and intervening, Al-Qaeda wouldn't have weapons.
Right.
The Taliban wouldn't have pistols and logistics to make bombs. They know how to make bombs because they were trained by the CIA.
Right.
Because the CIA used them as the enemy of my enemy is my friend. George Galloway going to that.
Done.
How these elites, these so-called white people, instead of putting boots in the ground, they just say, look, you Arabs over here, I got a problem with them. How about I pay you some money and train you,
Right.
and you go get them for me?
Right.
Don't say we had anything to do with it. Just go handle them, and we'll pay you under the table.
Right. Half now and the other half later.
That's how they do things. But they proxy
All
call.
they weapons got the United States flag.
Right.
Why you think they over there driving Ford trucks?
Right.
Where the fuck they get Ford trucks from in
Right.
in Saudi Arabia? I mean, in Afghanistan.
Hey, it's called. They use proxy armies.
Right.
That's what it's called. Proxy wars.
Yeah.
But like the drones and shit, right? When they shoot them shit down and they find American technology in the motherfucker.
Right. Right.
Fucking devils, man.
And they raid Al Qaeda houses, they raid ISIS houses, and they find weapons of military grade weapons.
Right.
Did they rob a military armory?
Nope.
Did they run up in a boot camp and steal some shit? No.
They
They were
dropped them off to
supplied.
With parachutes, with crates, with parachutes.
They showed you that in that movie. The dude was selling them the weapons.
Lord of War.
Iron Man.
Lord of War. Yeah.
Lord of War.
They would go and get all the old fucking guns and shit.
Right.
The generals would send them
Right.
fucking devils, man.
And that's how they get. And then and what they do is they'll take a Al Qaeda, weaponize them, show them how to make bombs, and then turn that guy into the bad guy. So now we gotta go over there. We gotta stay over there because this guy's the real boogeyman.
Right.
Prime example, Saddam Hussein.
Right.
He was trained by the fucking, I think it's
Yeah,
CIA.
man, Bin Laden. CIA agent.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, Bin Laden, man.
They were assets, man. They were Central Intelligence assets, man.
Now look, in the movie Iron Man, right? Who had his weapons? They had stock weapons.
Oh, con.
How they get them? The other Edomite in the company was selling them to him. He didn't even know. That's what they do every day.
But then they'll tell you Negro, but then they'll put on Fox News, CNN, how you niggas is the problem.
Right.
Cause what you doing on your street while they doing this in countries.
Around the whole damn world.
Right.
You the bad guy for shooting another dude on the other street and y'all fighting over a street. This man is killing by the thousands. And you be lucky if you hear about it.
He got fucking troops. It's not the SEALs, not the Navy SEAls. Is it the Rangers? He got a whole set of the military that they train to blend in, huh?
Right.
They look like civilians, man.
Right.
And they go in and fuck shit up. I think it's the Rangers.
Matter of fact, in Haiti, during that Haitian uprising,
Right.
you know they arrested a couple of Americans there.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
did.
that's
And
what
they were stopped with AR-15s,
That's what they do. They go in and
cell phones, bombs.
That's what they do. They go into these countries. They act like they're regular civilians. And they fuck shit up, man.
But this ain't the devil. Come on, man. Eventually, you gonna have to call a spade, man.
Yeah, we'll go back into that. Go ahead, yeah, what you got?
Back in Psalm 64, verse 1. Hear my voice, O Yahweh, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy.
Right.
Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity,
Right.
who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words.
So that's what they say. Who wet their tongue like a sword. It's talking about their bitter words, man. Right? How they destroy Jake in the news media, talking about we this and we that, and we ain't worth nothing, and
Yeah.
we 3/5 a man. Right.
Yeah.
Right. All we is criminals and drug dealers and thieves.
Hey, like the so-called like Issachar now, man.
Right.
You know, they rapists and murderers.
Right,
and,
right.
They
you know,
criminals.
Oh, and
Proverbs
their
and
main
Proverbs,
word
man.
is calling them immigrants.
Con.
But
Or
who's the real
illegal
immigrants,
aliens.
man? Okay, the North American Indians and the Mexicans was already on this side of the world. What happened? The Edomites, the so-called white man, the conquistadors and Spaniards came over here, rape, robbed, and murdered them, man. They took over the land. Now they calling them immigrants.
And look at the snare campaign they did. The smear campaign they did before they started rounding them up.
Right.
To make people not feel sorry for them.
Right, man.
Like the brother was saying, they rapists, they this, they that. All that shit was happening way
Let me
before
tell
they
you, say
started rounding
we are
them up.
not known in the streets, man.
And that's what they're gonna do to the Lord's prophets. They're gonna put out that smear campaign.
That's
the
what it
brother
means
in
when
this
they
video
say,
said if they doing it to them, you know they gonna do it to
It's
the
coming.
men of the Lord.
That's what it mean when they say they wet their tongue. When you wet a sword, you sharpen it.
Right.
You sharpening a sword, they wet their tongue and even bitter words.
Right.
That's what Fox News is. That's what CNN is. These are bitter words that they put out here, and your children see this, man. Your
Done.
children grow up in a world
And that's
where
what they
every
think.
day they look
Right.
at the news, you looked at as a criminal.
Right.
So your children see this and they embody that. They can't see nothing else.
Right. But then you got this guy Don Lemon on CNN say you so-called white people is the worst kind of people on the planet. Yeah, he said straight up.
Real terrorists.
Straight up.
He said y'all white people are the real terrorists. All the
And-
real terrorist threats, man.
And where's the lie, man? When you talk about mass shootings, who doing all these mass shootings? They'll talk about you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans in the hood
Right.
shooting each other over money,
Right.
but they won't talk about these so-called white kids who got more than heart could wish,
Done.
that spend that more than heart could wish money on enough weapons to kill a whole Walmart if they had enough time.
You know what's funny? There was this map. They showed a map of America, and they showed all the states that didn't have mass shootings. There's only like 4 states, man.
Right.
There was like North Dakota, some weird ass states, man.
Right, right.
That's fucking crazy, man. So we got 50 states here, and only 4 states no mass shootings,
Right.
man. And who, like the brother, who's doing the mass shooting? Not Jake.
It's the Edomites, man.
And who has
So-called
more?
white man.
And
It's
you
only-
and we're
it's
talking.
only- I'm about to say, it's only one Jake Slock. It's only one Jake that ever did a mass shooting, man. That was
Yeah.
the DC sniper, man.
Right.
That's the only Jake that did that.
And we're Salakia, we're talking about the richest country on the planet Earth. These are statistics coming from the richest country on the planet Earth. And these are the richest people in the richest country on the planet Earth.
Right.
That shows you 2 things. First of all, this man is not meant to rule. It shows you what he does and where his mind is at when he's in power. Number 2, it shows you that all this material shit, this more than heart could wish, ain't really worth it. Because what do you get when you get it? You would think that this place over here would be the happiest place to go to. Everybody got money. Everybody's privileged.
Hey, Biggie said, more money, more problems.
Hey, through their witchcraft and their media and their movies, you would get that perception. But when you actually get over here, you see it's not all it's cracked up to be, man.
Right.
That's why a lot of these West Indians, a lot of these people aspire to come over here because they think they can make it, man. Like it's
It's
the land of
milk
opportunity.
and honey.
Yeah, but when they get over
Home
here,
of
they
the
get a
praise.
reality check. You know?
Go ahead, read that out.
John 10:10. The thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundant.
So when so-called, even though he didn't land over here, but when Christopher Columbus came over here, well, what did he come to do?
He come to right.
Well, you
steal
know what?
and kill and destroy.
It's ironic. It's very ironic. Because if the Native Americans had the same slogan as Donald Trump, we wouldn't have this problem right now.
Right.
If the Native Americans had that same attitude, we wouldn't even be over here in this problem right now. But because they didn't have that attitude, because they wanted to be compassionate people,
Right.
here we are.
That's how you know we Jake, man. That's how you know
Right.
we Jake, man. You know?
Psalms 50 and 16.
How you read 17? Get the point. Oh no, I'm glad read 16.
But unto the wicked, Yahweh said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes? Or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth,
Right.
seeing thou hatest instruction and casteth my words behind thee.
So the Lord said, you Edomites have no business putting your hand on the Bible. Period. Go ahead.
When thou sawest a thief,
That was the point I want right there. Go ahead.
when thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Like,
Go on. You got it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
y'all ain't have a problem with Saddam until he became an opportunity.
Right.
Because they claim he was stealing from, he was destroying his people.
Right.
Y'all ain't have a problem with him until y'all saw an opportunity. Then it became an issue. Y'all consented with that. Right now, Britain ain't over there saying, America, you guys are terrible for what you did to the Native Americans. No, they consent. They cool with that. You got it, brother. Slocky.
It says, when thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him, and hast been partaker with adultery.
Right.
Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit.
That's what they do, man. They tongue framing deceit. Because what? Hey, they whip their tongue like a glittering sword, man. Right? Just shoot what? Bitter words, man.
And they tongue framing deceit. Part of that deceit is telling you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that you are inferior.
Done.
When their whole biological makeup is recessive, man.
Right.
But for them to tell you that you are inferior when you actually have the dominant genes is framing mischief, man. And that's only one of the many, numerous lies that Esau is telling on the planet Earth as we speak, man.
Biggest lie he's telling is that right there, man. That he is the Most High. That's the biggest lie he's telling. You know?
Proverbs 10 and 23.
Right.
It says, it is a sport to a fool to do mischief.
Now you just said that, right? By mischief, right?
Right.
Go ahead, read it again.
It is a sport to a fool to do mischief.
And he's Michael Jordan when it comes to mischief.
Done.
He's a GOAT.
Hey, it says a fool. What does it say about a fool? The fool says in his heart,
There is no God.
That's the
You
same
know that's
man.
talking about the so-called
same
white
man.
man. Done.
Go ahead.
It says, but a man of understanding hath wisdom.
Right.
He's void of understanding, man. He's void of judgment, man.
And it's a sport to him to do this evil, man. And it's proof, man. Like brothers was saying, that he has more than heart could wish. And what is his mind focused on? Destruction, bloodshed. If our people had the kind of wealth that these so-called white people had, you wouldn't have this many wars.
Right.
Our people don't even like getting down like that.
Right.
Just like now, Jake in the hood killing each other because they ain't got money. They
Right.
broke. They fighting over crumbs. If they had the financial wealth that the so-called white man had, you wouldn't have all of these wars, man. Because that's not on our people's mind, man. The men of Jacob, they mind is on either having a good time or getting some bucks. Wouldn't be all these wars, man.
Right. And eating good, man. Making a good stew, man.
Hey,
I love
hanging
good
out.
beef stew, man.
Hanging out. Hey, plain man dwelling in
With all the
tents.
trimmings.
Hey, what's the three B's they say? A beer, a blunt, and a barbecue, bro.
Yeah, man. Hey, that's music to Jake ears, man. That's our people nature, man. Our people like to have some good music. Our people like to have some good drink.
Right.
Have a nice little lady on their arm.
Right. Good. Good.
That's how
Good
Jake
chill.
built. Jake built like that. The so-called white man not built like that.
Plain man dwelling in tents, man.
You get a so-called white man more than heart could wish, this is what you're gonna get right here.
Right.
You're gonna always have people miserable and happy, miserable and unhappy, because he's miserable and unhappy. No matter what you give him. That's why it says his desire is as hell and is as death. and can never be satisfied.
Living in filth and destruction.
Hey, I got a precept for Esau, the base man.
Go ahead.
Since because he a base man and he a fool, and the Lord gifted him the world,
Right.
gifted him everything.
Gifted and everything.
So check this out. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 20.
Said he gifted it to him? What does a gift do?
A gift
Gun.
restores the heart.
Gun.
Hey,
Hey, that's beautiful.
hey,
you
a
can't
gift
make this
restores the
up.
heart.
Hey, that's
Hey,
beautiful.
this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 20 and 14. It says, "The gift of a fool shall do thee no good when thou hast it,
Right.
neither yet of the envious for his necessity. For he looketh to receive many things for one.
Right.
He giveth little and uprooteth much. He openeth the mouth like a crier. Today he lendeth, and tomorrow will he ask it again."
That's him go crouching.
And how does he do that, man? Those predatory loans that they
Yeah.
pull out.
Exactly.
He give it to you and then he look at you sideways and he give you little, but he expect much in return, man.
Crazy interest rate.
Usury, man.
It says,
Predatory lending, man.
"Such an one is to be hated of Yahweh and man."
Hey, and do we not hate those who hate thee?
So that's talking about elect men, Israel.
We
not
hate
any man.
we hate that with a perfect hatred, man.
Gun. Right.
The Most High is perfecting our hatred.
Matter of fact, get that Psalm 139. Go ahead,
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse
Beautiful.
4.
Beautiful.
Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him,
Right.
but the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man,
Right?
neither keepeth at home,
Right?
who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
And if that's not talking about the so-called white man, who is that talking about, man?
Tell him.
They say he is as death. That means your nation is synonymous with death itself.
Right.
Your desire is as hell, and you can never be satisfied. What else could you get a so-called? And that's beautiful, because the Native Americans, when Esau was over here, they were saying, look, just give them the gold. That's all they want. Some of the Native American tribes would give them the gold before they even killed people, and they still killed people.
Right. That's a sport to him, man. It's a sport for him to do mischief, man.
That's why I say his desire is as hell and is as death, and this man can never be satisfied. He has the whole planet in his hands, and he's still not satisfied, man.
Right.
Still not
Your soul,
satisfied.
Lot. He got everything, but he wants your soul.
That's that Mortal Kombat.
Now he want everybody to chill. Go ahead, read
Your
your
soul
One
is
more
divine.
verse. One more verse. Verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not him,
Right.
that which is not his.
And woe means destruction, man. Destruction to him that increaseth that which is not his, because everything the so-called white man got, he had to take it to get it. And even everything he getting now, he has to take it to get it. He didn't earn it. He ain't going nowhere he ain't going to nobody's land and earning anything that he get. He taking it, man. And he lying to the people over here, saying that he over there giving them democracy and freedom.
He called it manifest destiny. You know, it was his destiny to do it, man.
And it was. And it was. And his judgment is a part of his destiny.
Yeah, you can't only take out the good
You
parts.
might go all the way down to 16 on that.
It says, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
Meaning his debt.
Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee?
And
it
that's
said,
why.
woe to him, Salak, y'all.
You got it, brother.
It said, woe unto him that have laden himself with thick clay. Hey, they had over $300 trillion of debt, man. It may be more than that, man. Go ahead.
And it says, not shall not all they rise up against thee and bite thee.
Right.
And what did the Most High say? Let all the heathens be
All
gathered.
nations.
Prepare war.
Right. Wake up almighty men.
Wake up all the mighty men of the Moabites, Give me the mightiest of the mighty of the Ammonites.
Done.
Give me the biggest killers you got over there in Hamland.
Right.
Let me get all of the killers in Yashimai Allah. Let me get all his best killers. Let's gather them all together, because it's time for them to rise up and fight him that has taken everything that he got, man.
Ethiopia, Libya, Persia,
Right.
all with shields and bucklers.
All with shields and buckles. Gog and Magog. Hey.
God, man.
And that's
Fireworks like never before, bro.
and that's why the Lord is bringing the prophets out. Look, we warning you. This is the day of the Lord's vengeance. That's how the Lord said. This is the day of recompense. The acceptable time of the Lord, man.
Keep saying this. James Brown. It's the big payback, man.
And if you got spiritual eyes, you've been waiting for this for lifetimes. You getting this now means that lifetimes ago you've been waiting for this moment. And now you're waking up watching your enemy burn, watching him fall out of his seat of judgment, his seat of judgment. You know, you watching him lose his glory. We watching the fall of, to this world, we watching the fall of white supremacy. What we're really watching is the fall of Esau.
Right.
Esau, Edom is losing his hegemony.
Yeah.
Go back on that.
Verse 7. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee,
Right.
and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them.
And booty is spoiled, man. When you talk, pirates talk about booty all the time, man.
Right. Right.
And that ain't a man's butt. That's spoiled, man. That's spoils of war. That's spoils of war. You shall be for booty unto them.
It's gonna go into it.
Verse 8. Because thou hast spoiled many nations,
Right.
all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee.
So
All
the-
the remnant of the people.
So the
man.
same way you walked into Afghanistan and destroyed their land and took what you wanted, same way you walked your happy ass into Iraq and took what you wanted there, they're gonna do the same thing to you, and you deserve it. Whether you over here at Starbucks or whether you over there physically doing it, the seed of Esau deserves it, man. They've earned this judgment.
But when did the Arabs go into Iraq?
Right.
Right.
Never.
For you simpletons.
Go ahead, all right.
It says, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. Because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein.
It said because of men's blood, man. And all you Edomites do is shed blood. But Ezekiel 35 say, you don't hate blood, man. So blood shall pursue you. Genesis 9:6 say, any man that shed a man's blood, his blood must be shedded, man. Genesis 9:6 link to Numbers 35 and 33, that link to Habakkuk 2 and 12, man.
And that's how you balance the force. For you Star Wars fans, that's how you balance the force.
Son.
That's what the Most High is going to do. The ones who shed the blood, they're back in the reincarnation to have their blood shed. That's why I said if their children be multipliers, it's multiplied for what? The sword.
Right.
Because they hate not blood, man.
Esau has the most bodies as a nation by far.
Yeah, man.
It's not even close. The body count ain't even close, man.
Oh, we talking about the best killing machine on the planet. That's what we talking about. We talking about the best killing machine that you can think of on the planet Earth
Hey,
right now.
You said you talking about Terminator now, brother. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, we talking about the so-called white man is the most. If we talk, if humanity was a jungle, Esau would be the deadliest predator on the planet Earth, man.
Well, I'm gonna tell you why he's the most deadly. Because he know how to kill you slow, man. He do that slow death.
Right,
man.
right.
He done mastered death to a science.
Yeah.
But he can just
Look at
slowly
Jake dying
kill you,
by
man.
chemtrail.
He
Jake
got
dying by
options.
GMO
Yeah,
food.
he keep you a slave and still kill you, man.
Right.
He got options, man.
Yeah, he got a lot
And
of
he's very good at what he does, man.
killing by
The so-called
vaccine shot.
the so-called white man is very efficient at killing people, man. And he's only getting better at it. Now he got drones. Now he can just pretend like he playing PlayStation 4 and kill 2,000 people.
Right. Son.
He can just pretend like he playing 2K and drop 2,000 bodies and not even blink and go have some noodles and go to sleep.
Hey, and when that 5G system set up, we're gonna be able to control more drones than ever before.
Right. You see they
We're
released
gonna be
the
able to
balloon.
control
balloon. Yeah, man. But that was days before this guy went and shot at Walmart. How come y'all ain't catch this guy walking in the parking lot with a damn gun? Come on, man.
They said he went in and sat, ate, surveyed the fucking Walmart and shit, went to his car, came back. Wow. That shows you that's he's the devil, man. That's premeditated. That's man.
Hey, both of them guys was set up, man. Just
Bro,
like all
that's
the
if
others,
it was
man.
just him. They say a lot of witnesses said it was
Bro,
four shooters.
I did the video. It was two. They used two Mexican chicks. They said that it was 3 shooters and all black. So no one knows. Man.
I wouldn't be
Man,
surprised.
Esau trying to get the guns, man.
He's trying to take the guns. If they take all the guns, what come next?
Martial law. They gonna take it. They take your guns. They gonna take everything.
Well, hey,
and what happened when they took Gaddafi gun?
hey,
When Gaddafi said, "I stand down," the dude say, "Man,
Hey, they did his ass, hog tied his ass, and gave him treacherously.
they dealt treacherous."
Fucking devil, man.
Man, Esau is the devil, man.
Psalm 53.
I was holding Psalm
Yeah, read that. Psalm 139,
139 and what you on the 19?
21. Because the brother had mentioned it. That's why I wanted to bring it out.
This is Psalms 139 and 21. Do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee,
Right?
and am not I grieved with those that rise up against thee?
Right.
I hate them with a perfect hatred.
Hey, so we hate all these heathen nations. Hey, if you ain't right, if you ain't doing the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, we hate you too, man. Okay, cause we out here trying to restore Jake, trying to let Jake know to come back to the Lord, man, before he destroy this place. So if you ain't with Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, we hate you too, man. You got that?
Habakkuk 1 and 5.
Right.
It says, "Behold ye among the heathen,
Right.
and regard and wonder marvelous."
Now he said, "Hold ye among the heathen." Who the hell he talking to? You Jakes, man. You so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. Go ahead.
"For I will work a work in your days, which ye will not believe,
Right.
though it be told to you."
The Lord said He's gonna work a work in this time. Yeah, Amos 9:10. He's gonna work a work in this time, man.
Amos,
Right? Though it be told to you, you still won't believe it, man. Why? Because like we've been saying all night, your mind is destroyed. You want to follow after your earthly gods, man. You want to keep chasing money, right? Your social media god. You want to keep following the ways of Esau Edom, man. The Lord said, 1 John 2 and 15, lust not after the cares of this world, man. Because it's going to do what? Destroy your ass.
it says, Amos 9 and 10,
Right.
"All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword
Do that say all the sinners of everybody?
of my people."
Of my people, man. It's only one nation of people can sin. And that's you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. The Lord don't care about the Edomites. He don't care about the Ammonites and the Moabites. He don't care about the Hamites or the Ishmaelites, man, because they cannot sin. He only care about his people. Read it again.
and you the only one out of order.
Come. Right.
Out of everything on the planet Earth, you the only one out of order right now, man. The Lord knew what Esau was gonna do when he gave him the crown, man.
Right.
Your ass out of order, man.
So we don't care about these heathen nations, man. All we care about is waking up the elected Israel, man. Go ahead.
It says, "All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us."
And that's how they feel. Why do they feel like that? Because the pastor's been lying to their ass for hundreds of years, man. Talking about ain't nothing gonna happen. We shall be in a good case. There shall not be sword and famine in the land. Well, the Lord said there's gonna be sword and famine, man. What you gonna do in that day, man?
Hey, man, that's what it's saying, Edris. What should you do when the Lord visit you? man?
Right, right.
When you gamble and the Lord call your bluff, what are you gonna do?
Come. All you niggas that selling whoop tickets, hey, y'all buy some y'all was shot gonna buy all of them, man.
Well, what did it say? That the evil shall not do what?
The evil shall not overtake nor prevent us.
Right,
Not prevent us.
right.
It ain't gonna stop
why in Isaiah say, why should you be punished anymore? Why should you be stricken anymore? You only gonna revolt more and more. You glory in your punishment. Have the other nations changed their gods? If it was any other nation, I'd put this kind of hell on them. They'll start asking heavenly questions.
Right.
Catching all this heavenly hell right now. They'll start asking some divine ass questions. Not Jake. Jake glory in this. Jake go double platinum in glorifying this. That's why 2/3 of Jake. Y'all gotta go, man. Y'all are more in the way than Esau is. And that says a lot. That's saying a whole lot. That's to your shame.
That's why a lot of our people are liking under fools, because they keep doing the same thing and expect different results, man.
Yeah, you still trying to vote your way out of this. You still trying to get your own black-owned banks and try to buy your way out of this. You still trying to start gun clubs and shoot your way out. And all of those results done, all of those attempts done had the same results, man. Esau 1, Jake 0.
Hey, so basically they insane.
Hey, listen,
Doing the same
Exactly.
thing.
I was
Just
just
expecting a
thinking
different
of the
result.
deal.
They
Same-
insane.
Yeah, same shit, different toilet. You mentioned the guns, right? The first thing that popped in my head was, of course, the Black Panthers and all that. But then, oh boy, trying to tap into Esau's blessing. The same dumb shit over and over, man.
Who was that? HODC?
HOI?
HOI? I don't know.
And it's the same result every time, man. But somehow Jake come back in the next generation, try the same swing, and surprise when they miss. Well, I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, it just, you know, one day we can't think like that, brother. We gotta win with love. You've been trying love since you got your ass over here.
Hey, what the hell? Hey, Esau definitely didn't win with no love.
Love is what got the damn Native Americans gagged, fucked up.
Yeah, man.
Bro, that's why they right. Now, you know, another thing I heard him say that I hear a lot of people say that. I done heard a lot of people say it, that Gad thought that that was the Lord returning in the ships. They thought that was the Lord returning in ships, but they knew that he was coming back in chariots. So they figured when they saw the ships, they figured that was the Lord returning.
Well, some of them Native Americans wanted to put them guys to death, man. Some of them was talking about putting them to death. But they leaders at that time preserved them. I forget the name, the title for the leaders, but they preserved them and said, look, man, we ain't gonna do that. I'm running the show.
Talking about the chiefs or whatever?
Yeah, I forget what they got the title of the chief is. Montezuma.
Oh,
Because Montezuma is not just one person, it's a title.
Okay.
Right.
So they thought that he was saying, look, hey, we ain't gonna do it. But you have some Native Americans that was like, hey man, we gotta get rid of this thing right here. I don't know who this thing is, where they come from.
Right.
I don't even know nobody that look like this. We need to deal with them.
Them motherfuckers came out the ship with scurvy and all type of shit, man.
Sick as hell.
Remember them?
Like a mangy dog coming up in your house. Like,
Who was that tribe that I think it was like an evangelist or something went to try to convert him and they fucking ate his ass? You hear about that?
oh yeah, to the island.
Yeah, they went to the island where no Edomites was at.
Yeah, trying to be a crusader and
Hey,
shit.
they fucking ate his ass.
That's the one that Joe Rogan did the story, the backstory on.
Wow, I ain't
He was saying how the Edomites first came though, and then they was doing all type of crazy stuff to them, measuring they shit.
Right.
Yeah, they was studying.
They were
doing all
doing
type
that
of
when
crazy
this
stuff.
devil, Christopher Columbus landed in El Salvador, man.
Yeah. So that
Sacrifice.
Edomite went to the island trying to preach his Jesus, and I guess their ancestors from the first time the Edomites had came there warned them. Like, yo, if they ever come here again,
They beware of him.
Beware.
He's the harbinger of death.
yeah. Hey,
Sacrifice
as soon as
that.
he got on the beat, spill right through the chest.
Hey, his cover's blown, man. Esau's cover's blown, man. And that's why you can't put Edomite on the comment boards. Esau's cover's blown.
Hey.
And I would have got away with it if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
Right. That's why Cain said, hey, anybody see me, they gonna kill me, man.
Hey, that's why he
around
been,
the earth looking like this here,
that's why he been hiding his identity for so long, man.
looking like this here, looking like you see my blood. What you did to me, Lord?
Well, I could bear him, man.
Hey, he was looking at himself just the one up, like,
Hey, like, what the fuck?
Not like this.
Right.
Not like
And
this.
your girl in
In the Matrix. Not like this.
Not like this.
Hey,
Not
pull
like
the plug
this.
on that.
That's why Esau soon as he was like, I'm finna go get me a damn the blackest.
Right. Hey, they went to the darkest race they could find.
The blackest motherfucker outside, get this picture back.
You got these Jake talking about, oh, Esau slept with a Hamite, then his seeds, no, look at they still Edomites. They just dark Edomites.
Dark Edomite.
Isaiah 66 and verse 15.
Right,
For behold, the Lord will come with fire,
right.
and with his chariots like a whirlwind.
But in the churches, my bad, and the harlot houses, they say the Lord is coming to save everybody. Everybody? Everybody. Go ahead.
To render his anger with fury, and his
The Lord coming back angry? I thought
Right.
he loved everybody.
That's what I thought too.
Damn.
and his rebuke with flames of fire.
What the pastor say? Thus saith the Lord. Go ahead,
For by fire and by his sword will the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, plead with all flesh.
And that word plead don't mean he fighting for you. That mean he finna judge you.
Right.
Go ahead.
And the slain of the Lord shall be many. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens, behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh,
Right.
and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together.
Now it say, he talking about all you devils that's up in these harlot houses, right? Read it again. 16, 17, whatever it was.
They that purify themselves, sanctify themselves, and purify themselves in the garden.
Right, how they do that? In the churches, man. Right? You sanctifying yourself, y'all drinking the wine, and got the little crackers, talking about this is the blood of Jesus and all that. Right? No, man, go ahead.
Behind one tree in the midst.
Right, behind one tree. What did the scripture say in Mark? That he said, what did the man say? He saw men as trees walking in the garden. So you hiding yourselves behind each other in the harlot house doing what? What happened after service? You eating pork sandwiches, you got a pork dinner, ribs, all that. Go ahead.
And ribs. Eating swine's flesh.
Pork everything.
Right. And the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together.
Which they were doing that too in ancient time,
Yeah.
right?
In ancient times, Jake was literally doing that, man.
Done.
They were literally in groves in the land of Israel doing all of this folly, man.
Because what? Antiochus Epiphanes said, thus saith my law, you're going to do what I want or you're going to die.
And this was even before then.
Right.
So it shows you that Jake been doing this, man.
Time and time again.
Jake been following after the ways of the heathens, man.
Right. Done. Get Amos 9 and 8. But from the wilderness to Jerusalem, from Jerusalem to North America, it's been the same thing, man. It's been the same thing. Over and over and over.
Amos 9 and 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord.
The house of Jacob representing the elect who represent themselves. They understand and they know that we are the chosen people of the Lord, that we are Hebrew Israelites from this respective tribe. We ain't niggas, we ain't porch monkeys or spicks or wetbacks or savages. We Israelites. Now get that First Chronicles for me.
It's First Chronicles chapter 16.
Yeah.
First Chronicles 16 and 16. It says, even of the covenant which he had made with Abraham, and of his oath made unto Isaac,
Right.
and have confirmed the same to Jacob for a law, and to Israel for an everlasting covenant.
It's a short period of time.
For an everlasting covenant.
Now get Ecclesiastes 4:4. Because this covenant is for Israel, man.
Ecclesiastes.
And we trying to restore the nation of Israel. We trying to wake up all of Israel so we can get the hell out of here, man. Because I'm sick of working for these Edomites, man. I'm tired of it. It's my punishment, right? I got to bear this. Our punishment is what? To be insubmissive to the Edomites. To work for these devils. To be in their hand for a short period of time. But I'm sick of it, man. So we out here to rake up Whether it be nobody or one person, we gonna prophesy to the wind, man.
Sirach 44 and verse 1. Let us now praise famous men
Right.
and our fathers that begat us. The Lord hath wrought great glory by them through his great power from the beginning.
That's why Job 8 and 8 say, search out for our fathers, man. Right? Because you fall into that same line, right? The spirits of the prophet is subject to the prophets, man. Go ahead.
Such as did bear rule in their kingdoms, men renowned for their power, giving counsel by their understanding and declaring prophecy. Leaders.
That's what we out here to do, man. That's what this is about. Declaring prophecy, man. North America is finna be destroyed, and if your ass don't wake up, you should be melted here, man. Go ahead.
Leaders of the people by their counsels and by their knowledge of learning meet for the people,
Right.
wise and eloquent in their instruction, such as found out musical tunes and rejected verses in writing.
See? You say they did what?
Such as found out musical tunes and rejected verses in writing.
Hey, so they put off doing the righteous works of the Lord, man. To do what? Be a part of the world. Go ahead.
Rich men furnished with ability,
Right.
living peaceably in their habitation.
Right.
All these were honored in their generations and were the glory of their time.
Right.
There be of them that have left a name behind them, and their praises might be recorded.
For the elect, they're talking about the elect, man. And you got this same thing going on the opposite side with 2/3, which is the wicked. Right? Go ahead.
And some there be which have no memorial, who are perished as though they had never been.
Why is that? Because they were doing, hey, they riches, right? Living good, it got to them, man. And it overtook them. Go ahead.
And are become as though they had never been born.
And who that talk? What it say? It tell you about Esau to say, because our people are doing what? Following the ways of the so-called white man. And then they're gonna be as though they never have been. Go ahead.
And their children after them.
And their children. What he said about Esau's seed? They shall be as though they had never. Right. Go ahead.
But these were merciful men,
Right.
whose righteousness have not been forgotten.
Talking about the elect, man. So that's showing you about the elect and the wicked in the same line. Go ahead.
With their seed shall continually remain a good inheritance.
The elect, man. The Lord said, Matthew 24 and 22, except those days be shortened, that shall no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Go ahead.
And their children are within the covenant. Their seed stands fast.
Hey, the Lord say he will save a man and his house. If you got kids, Lord's willing, they get salvation through you. Right? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, you can see he's clearly telling you that this is not it's a lineage, man.
It's a lineage.
It's a family.
Done.
You said it over and over. Read that over, huh?
Their seed shall remain, their seed stands fast.
That's one. Seed is sperma. That's
Right.
one. Go ahead.
Their children for their sake.
Sperma. Lineage. Again.
Right.
Go ahead.
Their seed shall remain.
Again, 3 times. In one verse.
Right.
Oh, that's the second one. That's the second one.
Well,
Yeah, their seed shall remain forever, and their glory shall not be blotted out.
Right.
Their bodies are buried in peace, but their name liveth forevermore.
Right, because the Lord say, hey, it's going to be one. Your name going to be casted out, man. Right? Go ahead.
The people will tell of their wisdom,
Right.
and the congregation will shoot forth their praise.
What people, man? The heathen nations. Hey, we shall run to the house of the Lord and learn their ways. Right? Go ahead.
Enoch pleased the Lord and was translated,
Right.
being an example of repentance to all generations. Noah was found perfect and righteous. In the time of wrath, he was taken in exchange for the world.
Hey, it is in the time of wrath, man, which is about to come again. Noah represented what? The elect, man. Go ahead.
Hey, Noah represented the first death, man.
Right.
No, you're right, but I'm just saying. That just made me think the first death, if you say it
Right.
again, and that second death is coming, man.
That second death. That's beautiful.
No.
Y'all come.
Therefore was he left as a remnant unto the earth when the flood came.
A remnant, man. 8 souls, man. 8. Not 80, not 800, not 8,000, not 80,000. 8. Go ahead.
An everlasting covenant was made with him that all flesh should perish no more by the flood.
And I looked up while you was doing that. I was looking up covenant. We already know what it is.
Right.
But I just wanted to see. Basically, it's an agreement, a contract.
Right.
You know.
I forgot what verse that was. I was reading that too the other day, man.
Hey,
I don't know what Deuteronomy 4. I don't know what. But he said how we made
So
it.
it's an everlasting.
I think it might have been Exodus.
agreement.
He said he made that covenant.
agreement with Moses or covenant. What did he say? Read that again.
An everlasting covenant was made with him, that all flesh should perish no more by the flood.
With Noah.
Noah.
It says, verse 19, Abraham was a great father of many people,
Right.
and in glory was there none like unto him, who kept the law of the Most High, and was in covenant with him. He established the covenant in his flesh, and when he was proved, he was found faithful. Therefore he assured him by the oath that he would bless the nations in his seed, and that they would multiply him as the dust of the earth, and exalt his seed as the stars,
Right.
and cause them to inherit from sea to sea, and from the river to the utmost part of the land.
Right.
With Isaac did he establish likewise, for Abraham his father's sake.
And this is what I want to get to. So I want to go back to First Chronicles when we get through with this.
For Abraham his father's sake, the
Right.
blessing of all men and the covenants, and made it rest upon the head of Jacob.
Right.
He acknowledged him in his blessing, and gave him inheritance, and divided his portions among the 12 tribes did he part them.
Now in the beginning of that, it tells you that a righteous man is blessed by having seeds, and having those seeds being sustained and standing firm.
Right.
And the children of Israel are a blessing. The reason we get the mercy we get is as a good gesture towards Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Because a blessing to a righteous man is that his seed stands firm, that they're established, and they stand firm in that lineage. Which is why we get the mercy that we get. That's why the Most High said that it's not of works that any man should boast. We're blessed because of our forefathers being righteous, not because of our own works, you know. But that's a beautiful point in the beginning there, how it tells you that a righteous man, part of the way the Lord bless a righteous man is establishing his seed, man.
Right.
First Chronicles 16:16, even the covenant which he made with Abraham,
Right.
and of his oath unto Isaac.
And it's about the oath, man. That's what I'm keep hitting at, the oath, man. The covenant that he made to Abraham. And what? Go ahead.
And hath confirmed the same to Jacob for a law, and to Israel for an everlasting covenant.
It said for an everlasting covenant. Now let's fast forward through the time. Go to Hebrews 8. Start at verse 7.
This is Hebrews chapter 8 and verse 7. It says, for if that first covenant had been faultless, then should no place have been sought for the second.
Right. Because see, we get on Esau, Edom. We get on the heathen nation. But guess what, man? This is about us, man. This is about us, man. Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. West Indian and Haitians, man. This is about us. Go ahead.
I got a precept.
Go ahead,
This is Romans chapter 4, verse 13. For the promise that he should be the heir of the world was not to Abraham or to his seed through the law, but through the righteousness of faith, man.
Read that one more time, Mark.
Romans chapter 4, verse 13. That's what you had?
Yeah, man, you took my thought.
My fault. Romans chapter 4, verse 13. For the promise that he should be the heir of the world was not to Abraham or to his seed through the law. Man, that's a key word. Abraham and his seed. The promise was not made through the law,
Right.
but through the righteousness of faith. Because Abraham had to have faith on the promise, even though he didn't receive it in that lifetime.
Right.
And because of that promise that was made, it goes over, it supersedes the law.
Hey, you
Because-
might as well go to 16.
Likewise us now in this
Might as well
time.
go to 16. Read all the way down.
What you about to say, bro?
Likewise likewise us in this time. Because we have to have faith in these words. We have to have faith in the promise.
Well, that's why I believe Paul said it, that those who have the faith of Abraham are accounted for the seed. Because what it say in Habakkuk, the just shall live by what?
Faith.
So that's how you're vindicated not of your own works, but having faith, just like the children of Israel in the wilderness had to look upon that stick and believe, you know, they had to look upon that to be healed. The same thing is happening in the spirit.
Yeah, he's huge, bro.
Boy, man, you said, look at that. Wow.
And believe they were going to be healed just by looking at it. That's why Hebrews 11:6 say what? By faith, without faith it is impossible to please him, man.
And that's why the promise is so important. Because if it was made through the law, then if you checked all the boxes, you knew you got the prize. They don't take no faith in that.
Right.
I like to go into, right, when you look up that word faith, faith goes into trust.
Right.
That's what faith is. Faith is trust.
Read, you got it.
Oh yeah, I got more on it.
Yes,
Verse 15. No, Salakia, 14. For if they which are of the law be heirs, faith is made void, and the promise made of none effect. Because if you're just checking off the boxes of the law, there's no faith involved in that, and the promise is of none effect. Verse 15, because the law worketh wrath, for where no law is, there is no transgression. Therefore it is of faith, that it might be by grace, to the end the promise might be sure to all the seed. Not to that only which is of the law, but to that also which is of the faith of Abraham, who is the father of us all. And you got to remember, Abraham isn't the father of all nations. Right. So when he's saying the father of us all, that's talking to a specific family on the planet Earth, man.
Right.
That's a cold cut. That whole man done data, bro. That settles everything.
This is back in Hebrews chapter 8. Hebrews chapter 8, it says, for finding fault with them, he saith, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah.
I brought up already. Covenant means contract, agreement. So he said he was going to make a new contract, a new agreement.
With the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continue not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith the Lord. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be unto them a God, and they shall be to me a people.
That was good. That was the point. Hey, so, just bringing that out, because can't nobody else come into this, man. If your father is not from the line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob,
That's right.
this ain't for you, man.
Yeah, because just like we took this L by ourselves, we took the bad end of the agreement, of the covenant. We took the bad part. So the sweet part gonna be reserved for the family, man. As it should be, man.
So with that, we'll give our praise.
Revelation.
This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown.
So with that, we'll give our praise
To Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash.
double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, rule well, who teach well, and the sincere salutation. Charles the Arkin, pushing the truth throughout the full world, throughout the entire planet, waking up the hope for the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.